Oh, there we go. I believe we are live.
Oh,
Hello
Hey.
out there,
Hello,
everybody.
everybody.
Hello.
It happened so quick.
Yeah,
We're
We're
ironing
all,
out all the tech problems now.
we're pretty much on time this week.
yeah, only 8 minutes. That's pretty good.
Well, I mean, I hit start stream
You
right when it
did.
was like
You
7
did.
o'clock.
I will give you that. You
Or
did hit 6 o'clock right on time.
yeah, huzzah! All right, so um, welcome to session day episode 6.
Love it.
Are you shaking your
How
head at
many
me?
days has it been for our characters?
I
Uh,
think it's been
Three?
like a
I
day and
think
a half.
I
What
think it's
is
been 2
day
days,
and a
yeah.
half?
this
No,
is
it's
session. This is
wait, wait,
session 6 of.
Yeah,
wait.
no, the in-game days that we're talking
I
about.
know, but let me get through my intro first.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's fine. This isn't professional. We're broadcasting our madness out for the world to see. It's not meant to be a proper
That's our brand.
production, as much as I try and make it with the help of some of you. Anyway, welcome to session 6 of Shadow Crew Adventures Community D&D on Arvin Elrond's channel, where we're doing the Waterdeep Dragon Heist campaign. Um, I am Shadowed Mage. I am the host for this evening. Um, I am the DM for the campaign. And joining me are my lovely motley crew of players. Um,
You're giving us too much credit.
Hmm.
So, why don't we have them all introduce themselves and what their characters are in this campaign? So we'll move over to Yoi. Um, give a brief introduction about yourself and who your character is.
Yes. Hello. I am Yoi Gawain Lin, also known as Gubby. I am a game and fiction writer, and tonight I am going to be playing as so far I have always been playing, and hopefully will continue to be playing. um, and Aarakocra, Barn Owl, Echo Knight, Fighter.
Great.
His name is Peach Candleheart, and he is a very, very sweet lad who loves his father deeply.
All right. I think that's sufficient. In which case, we'll move along to the man who I'm never sure how many how many times to address like how many names he has gone
Just
by.
Hoodie. It's just Hoodie. My name's
Yeah.
just Hoodie. It's crazy.
Here.
I'm on the channel. Oh my god, a truck. My name's Hoodie, but I'm oh my god, a truck everywhere else. Except when you address me directly. It's like the Earth.
Well,
No,
I, I,
that's
I, I gotta just rag on you a little bit.
yeah. No, I get it.
Well, because you do it so often there, don't you? Hoodsy.
Hey, it's
Hoodie
me.
or Hoods, also known as Oh My God, a Truck on Twitch, formerly known as No Quarter TV.
Hey,
I
it's
don't think
me.
I've seen that anywhere else.
Yeah, no, it's gone. It's gone. I deleted every ounce of it. It's all gone.
Uh,
Except the YouTube
Toter.
videos. It exists somewhere out there. Don't go looking. Uh, anyways, so hey, it's me. I proliferator of inane nonsense. I don't know. I don't know what else I can really attribute to my name besides that. I sometimes stream on Twitch. Hopefully, can get back to that soon. Uh, I play Basil Globberpot, who is an artificer, an alchemist artificer, subclass class, or class subclass.
Subclass class.
An alchemist artificer, and that's it. We're
Halfling.
done.
Fantastic.
Halfling. Great. Dang it.
All right, thanks. All right, and we'll move along then to Tilted Gaming. Let's see.
Hi, everyone.
Let's see if he can remember how to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
down
yeah. I
all
gotta
of the
do
things.
intros right. Yeah. I gotta try, right? I'm certain you'll call me out on it. But yes, hello. I am Tilted Gaming. I stream on weekends, and by trade, I am a farmer. But tonight, I'm going to be playing two separate characters, but don't worry, they are the same class and race. They are both Raven Aarakocra that happen to be Gloomstalker Rangers. I got that. See, Shadow, we're good
Yep.
so far.
Okay.
We're good so far. But yes, their names accordingly will be the refined gentleman known as Cruz, and then during the night, the gruff and tumble vigilante known as the aviary. You're welcome.
All right.
Okay, all right.
Thanks. Yes, and I'm sure we'll very shortly get to maybe a slight point of contention as to whether the aviary will come out early or not.
We'll see.
And hello to everyone in chat. I'll get to you in a second. Drew, do you want to introduce yourself and the stuff you do online and who your character is?
Hello, everybody. I am Drew the Damager. You can find me at Twitch and Blue Sky and YouTube at Drew the Damager. And I am going to be playing Tam, the elderly wizard. And I would also like to say that this campaign is held together by duct tape and gum, and Shadowed has 4 people that are actively trying to rip it to shreds constantly, and he does a fantastic job of holding it together.
True.
Well, thank you. I do what I can.
Shadowed. I said it that way. What are you giving me?
What?
I said it. Sub-race, race, subclass, class.
I know. I'm just putting it in chat so people can see it. What we were debating about, mostly due to Hoodie's comment.
He's
Race.
getting out the passive aggressive DM energy so that when we actually jump into session, he can do the active aggressive DM energy.
I don't know what my sub race is off the top of my head. Why would you know that?
Lightfoot.
Oh, Lightfoot. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Lucky, right? I'm the lucky sub race, the one that gets
Yeah.
lucky.
Mm.
That's it. That's all that needs to be said.
Hey, speaking of which, didn't you roll a 1 last time and didn't make use of that?
I've done it like 3 or 4 times. It's fine. We're just it's one of those things where I personally also have to be lucky to remember that I have the lucky racial feat.
Would you like us to remind you, or do you want to keep it like a natural aspect of the whole character?
If you see it, I'm not gonna say no.
Okay.
Are you gonna
Okay.
are you gonna use it like Sam Riegel and only do it to hurt your own party?
I mean, I don't want to give away anything. That's not fun either.
Beautiful.
All right. Now, what were you all interrupting me about earlier that I said I'd get to later?
I asked rudely, and I am sorry. How many in-game days it had been?
How many
Oh, yeah,
in-game
that's right.
days it had been?
I think it's been 1 night and 1 morning, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's been a full 24 hours yet.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Because you all did meet in like the
The
evening.
tavern like 8 at night or something, I think you said.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
and you fought the troll,
Uh-huh.
and then you all
But
met with Volo, and he asked you to go on the quest.
Mhm.
But then I believe you didn't go until like the next morning, right?
Yes, because
We went to the warehouse, did that stuff, and then we came out like, hey, let's do that the next morning.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, because we ran out of spell slots.
And it's lunchtime now that we came to Volo after doing the sewers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's been like 24 hours, maybe even.
Yeah.
Not
And
quite.
because
I think that at the close of last session, we agreed that we would do a skip to evening and just
Yeah.
hand wave whatever errands and stuff we decided to do.
because
Yeah.
I thought after it had been all of the commotion at the Yawning Portal Tavern in the evening, that then you decided to start doing the quest stuff the next day. So then it was like all going to like um finding like the dead people in the street and doing the
No,
shop.
that
Was
was
that
that was the
We-
same night.
that was the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
night?
we went and did all the
Everybody.
way through the warehouse, and then we called it a night because we were gonna.
Okay.
We handed off to Peach's father
Right.
all the stuff we got from the warehouse,
Yeah.
and then we were going to get that all appraised and eventually
All right.
brought it back.
That was all the same night then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was having difficulty remembering if that was all the same night or not. Yeah. So it's been. Yeah.
Not even a day.
It's not even been 24 hours yet.
6 sessions, everyone.
That's D&D time for you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, considering last time we had a battle that like lasted like 2 hours that in game time took like 30 seconds.
I
But
just
those
Yes.
were a very painful 30 seconds. One of us
Yes.
got exhaustion in those
Yeah.
30 seconds.
I just
Great.
went through the
Well,
exact
because
same
he's
thing.
frail and got knocked unconscious, and he's elderly, so when he gets revived,
I mean, it
And he
makes
also
sense.
ran at the front.
seems to maybe have a bit of a death wish.
Mm.
N- no, but the player does.
Well, I see it this way. He's literally lived long enough that he thinks death isn't real anymore.
Tyler just
So-
doesn't care at that point. He's like, I've lived a good life. I'm good.
Uh-huh.
Well, considering I'm pretty sure he knows other wizards who are older than he is that look younger. But anyway,
Like Volo.
yeah. Um, yeah, so that was like almost kind of like a semi recap that we just did, but yes. So,
Mhm.
last time there was the big like mini boss battle or whatever it was against like it was in the lair found via the sewers, and the mind flayer skedaddled right away, but then they had to fight the 4th level half orc spellcaster, which became a bit of a mess. He's
We
shaking
call
his
that
head
we call that the freaking cheese grinder over there in that little 6x1
because you were all down like
hallway.
the narrow hallway instead of being in the larger room where the battle's supposed to take place.
Hey,
Well, we all felt very poorly.
And I kept rolling really good for the
Yes.
NPCs, and you guys, you folks, were not having much luck with your rolls.
Which was hilarious too, because I was getting ridiculously good rolls, but I was so far away from everything that I couldn't actually make use of anything with it. So it just was slowly moving up like 10 feet a turn to get over to you guys.
Yes, and I was a gracious DM and made it so that the person you were there to rescue was not permadead.
Yeah, that kind of like, oh,
We're like,
shatter.
oops.
Oh, oh no.
And
Fine.
so then you were able to rescue the man with the name that no one is able to remember or get correctly, Floon Legmar. Reunited him with Renair and brought him back to Volo. And Volo, you asked him about the reward on this quest that he had sent you on, and he was like, "Well, I'm kind of short a coin. How about a deed to a big old manor estate in Troskull Alley?" And
Except 2 of us know it's the crappy house, so.
And we also know that apparently it's possibly haunted.
yes, it's possibly haunted. And so now, I believe when we left off, it
I believe
was
we were short resting.
yes, because it was like around noon or shortly thereafter. Very eventful, like 18 hours it's been. um, you're going to short rest and then reconvene at around like dinner time or whatever, like 5, 6 p.m. And then drag Volo to the manor and make him stay overnight to see if it's actually haunted or not. And then, depending on how that night goes, I guess you might accept the deed to the manor.
Um,
That was
one
just my
thing.
short rest hit die, sorry.
Sorry. Did you have more to say?
Me?
Tilted.
Oh.
No. I was just apologizing for the roll there. That was just for my hit die stuff.
Oh, okay. I was about to say that I have to pick up the coin that my father would have exchanged for the bars and the paintings. So when we reconvene, we can split that up. I don't have the total written down here, so Shadowed, if you could recap that, that would be great.
Oh boy. So
If you don't remember, I believe it was 750 gold coins worth of silver.
Yes. Oh, right. And the paintings didn't have a value
Right.
attached to them yet. That's why I didn't have the
Yeah.
total. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was just the paintings. I I believe there were 4 paintings.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So it basically winds up averaging out that each painting would be worth about 75 gold.
Okay.
So 4 times 75.
300. So then add that on top of the 750 would be 1,050 split 5 ways because of Aldaris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are we including? Did we already split the 10 gold and 425 copper?
We do not. Peach still has that at this point.
Rad.
So I'll add the 10 gold to that.
And as far as this session goes, due to the stuff going on with Echo, I'm just going to say that Aldaris mysteriously doesn't show up to the meeting.
Oh.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So we can just kind of ignore him for the time being.
Okay. But I'm still going to divide everything 5 ways, right?
Yeah.
Yep, it should be 212 if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everyone, let's add that in.
Yep. So everybody add 212 to your wallets.
Now, I had a quick question. Are we going straight into the nighttime thing, or are we going to do any sort of little bit of RP prior? Just asking.
I mean, if there's anything that you wish to do in that time, because like I would allow you to have like the short rest and like a little bit of downtime if there's anything that you wish to accomplish in downtime.
I was probably just going to go and replace the ball bearings and caltrops I got. By the way, you guys made sure to add that to your inventories, right?
I got rid of my caltrops. I threw them bad boys everywhere.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I would return the ball bearings. Peach would return them.
Oh, thanks.
Did not use them.
Yes.
I would not return the caltrops. I would keep those.
Okay, fair enough. I gave them to you. It is yours to do.
So I have to make an appearance at my thing that I'm interning at, my apothecary school. I don't have to make a big appearance. No one cares about me, but I have to at least like have been somewhere. Normally, I
Okay.
just stay in the same room doing the same thing, but that means I'm at a place of potion making, and I just got a whole bunch of money. Can I fire off like 2 potions real quick of the super minor potions that I gave you like the list of a while ago?
Yes.
Awesome. So for that, I'm going to do I'm probably going to do back of the head, which is a potion. So for people watching, I proposed a list of all homebrew potions that are like super, super like low key, not really anything crazy good. Um, Stuff normal people would use. Back of the head uh, gives you disadvantage on perception checks in front of you, but advantage on perception checks behind you. It lasts for 10 minutes. And then I'm going to make a crafter's friend, which gives you +2 to sleight of hand and dex saving throws for an hour. And I'm going to essentially just make those while I'm just keeping up appearances at my place.
Okay.
I'll say that during the day, basically, I go back, I tell my father everything that we have done. I keep absolutely no secrets because he is absolutely great. And why would I not trust my father, the person who has given me everything that I could ever want or become in life? So that, and I probably do some of my regular day job, which is ghostwriting at whatever temple I'm assigned to that particular day. And we don't have to play through any of that. It's just as a note in case we want to touch back on it later.
Okay.
And I think what I would do too is because your character had to worry about your father saying about staying over at the manor, correct?
Oh yeah.
So I would probably, as Cruz, go with you to go ahead and ensure your father that you're with fellow kin, you will be okay. you will be okay.
Okay.
Does anyone have a problem if I take one of the 2 potions of healing? Just hold on my person, so that way if I needed to, I could heal myself or someone else.
I would shove the other one into Tam's hands.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, so of the 2 healing potions, we have one with Tam and then one with Cruz, correct?
Correct.
Okay, cool. Because we only had 2.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't want to like push out like I'm gonna take this. I want to make sure that you guys are all cool
mhm.
with that.
Yeah,
Per
I'm cool with
day,
that.
I will also be able to make healing potions, but not quite yet.
Be banned,
Man,
bot.
that you guys were quick on that. I was just, I can't
Yeah.
do anything. But I was like, okay.
Yeah, that was gangster.
Mm.
All right. So I think I think Drew said what he was gonna do.
I am going to. How many hours do we have? Like in this in between time?
Let's say 4.
4? All
Yeah.
right. I would like to spend um 40 of my gold. Let me take that down. Um, and I would like to copy 4 of the spells from the spell book that I found into my spell book. Actually, no, 3. I'm gonna do 3, and I'm gonna go to a shop and see if I can buy some alcohol, butter, a string with wood, some powdered iron, shit like that.
Yep. You'll
Spell
easily.
components.
Yeah. I mean, it's bulk components, and you're in a major city. You'll be able to easily find all of those.
Okay. And how much is that going to set me back?
Oh, spell components.
None of them are all that crazy, except for a twig from a tree that has been struck by lightning. That seems a little rare.
That yeah.
And you know
Could
that that's
you-
just a shop.
Yeah.
There's probably a wizard that runs a shop that hits trees with lightning just so that people can have that spell component.
It's John's twig from a tree that has been struck by lightning and
Yeah.
rhubarb leaf and adder's stomach emporium.
In the back is a really nice selection of bat guano, but you won't need that for a while.
Yeah, right.
Oh, while Shadow is looking that up, I realized that if Cruz is speaking to Peach's dad, then you see Peach's dad.
That would be correct, yes.
Yes, so you see that he is an albino half elf. He has short white hair, he is like almost has transparent skin and pale lavender eyes. And probably because he is basically see-through, he has full coverage clothing down to gloves, and he has dark tinted glasses against sunlight. He basically seems like someone who has never smiled even accidentally in his entire life.
A
And
pleasant gentleman.
and you learn that his name is Oleander Moonfall.
Okay. Take note of that for myself.
Drew, none of those spell components actually, like if you look up the spells, they don't have a cost listed with the components. Because there are some spells where it's like, like it's a diamond worth 1,000 gold or whatever it is,
Right.
but these do not. I just want to make sure I understand that correctly.
What,
It-
the
it
ones
ju-
from.
Yeah.
It generally means that they're free. Or, like it's the you didn't choose the arcane focus, so we're not going to absolutely rob you of money
Yeah.
anytime you want to cast a spell type of component.
So I mean, like, I would call it, say, seven gold and 5 silver.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I guess afterwards I would probably separate from Peaches as well. So I'd probably after that I'd say I'm gonna head off, do my own thing. You guys will meet with the aviary once more, once it reaches nightfall, I will not be attending. So you'll have that information ahead of time. On top of that, I'm going to take the time I have in between to visit the local temple and see if there's any or high priest clerics or anything like that that can possibly look into my ailment, which Shadow should know about, but I'm going to leave it at that. And then that is pretty much it. I'll transition over to the aviary, and I'm gonna go and be right back
Uh,
in character or out of character now.
Oh.
So you're all good now.
Okay. That's some good stuff to be doing in some downtime from all of you. Let's see. So, was the plan to all reconvene at the yawning portal and then go over together to Troskal Manor? That's what I thought it was, or was it meeting there?
I think we were going to meet with Volo because it seems that he's just
Flaky.
at the yawning portal constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we were going to pick him up and then
Okay.
go wherever.
Because he's coming
Good.
with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are forcing him with you.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Yep.
we had a very, very long morning and psychological displacement. We had to take the stress out somewhere.
Yeah. All right.
It's Basil, my good man. You
Yeah?
were asking me earlier about if I could perhaps um trick your parents into believing that you were
Right.
at home.
Right. I didn't really think about that. I got all into the whole brewing stuff. Yeah. Can you make like something that moves, like a breathing person?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I don't think it lasts that long.
It just needs to trick them for like an hour. They don't
Oh,
really check on me
yes.
past then.
Yes. An hour would be, yes, exactly.
Yeah, excellent. All right. So when we're heading over there, we'll do a quick stop off at my house, and I'll climb up, and then I'm not gonna get you up there. I just look over at Peach. Peach, are you wearing armor currently?
Let's see. Considering that it's a sleepover, and I imagine that at some point during the conversation with Cruz, my father would have told me that I was going to wear plate, but then I'd kind of ducked my head in and I said, Papa, you're embarrassing me in front of my friend. He would have conceded I can just wear light armor. So yes, I can fly.
Excellent. Yeah. Then I'll just kind of look at Peach. Peach, do you mind? I just need you to hover Tam to look in my bedroom window so Tam can, so we can trick my parents.
Oh, yes, that would be very simple because Tam is frail and weak.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that out loud, but yeah. I look over at Tam. All right. Big thumbs up. Excellent.
So you guys are currently all together, right?
Yes.
Don't worry. The aviary is here.
Okay, all right. Full commit to the bit. Love it.
I'm committed. You've never seen
Fucking
someone
metal.
more committed to the role.
I've died now. I'm dead.
I got you covered.
Okay, cool.
I needed to surprise you guys, and I'm glad I was able to do it successfully. Yes. Yes.
Were you wearing that mask last night, sir? I ask as you take a big sip of water. Perfect timing.
Yes, I've been wearing it. You just haven't noticed.
It looks so big and cumbersome.
It can be. It very much can be. I'm not gonna be honest with you. The smell of rubber in my nose is a little distinguishable.
I can imagine that would be a little. I mean, I've smelled some pretty bad stuff, but that like rubber all day smell really gets to you.
Yes. I'm glad you know my pain.
We can handwave away the like make it just a montage of Tam balancing on Peach's back, trying to shoot a spell in through the window as I'm adjusting like what is very clearly a mop head that has been dyed yellow on top of a pillow, in a like a cracked door with a bit of a light spilling into it, in an incredibly messy bedroom.
I am not letting Tam balance on my back, by the way, because I am not a fool. I am bridal carrying him.
Yeah, I would hope so. Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine the elderly man surfing on the back of the bird?
The police come by. What are you doing?
Yeah, right.
And then Peach gets arrested for endangering the elderly.
Um, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cast Unseen Servant in Basil's bed and make it about the size of Basil and throw have Basil throw the blanket over him and have him just lay there and breathe.
As I put the blanket over this unseen servant that is now breathing, you just see me go, "Good night, sweetie," and I kiss the mop head like it's this a perfectly normal thing. And then I start clambering out the window down the little rope ladder I've made for myself that like blends into the gray of the brick building.
Have I ever mentioned you're a very interesting character?
Well, you got a trick. I, yeah, no, I get that. I get that a lot.
It's okay. I appreciate it. I think we're all a bit on the interesting side, if I'm going to be honest.
You know what? It's even better because I don't have that prepared, so that means I'd have to do it as a ritual while Peach was holding and hovering outside of Basil's window
For 10
It's
minutes
okay.
as you
for
like
10
do
fucking minutes.
the ritual in the air.
And all of
I'm
a sudden, I'm
standing there
just
with a
climbing up
blanket.
the wall, and I was like, "How's it going, guys?"
It's okay. It's okay. Peach had to work on his lat spreads anyway.
Yeah, we can move right on past that now
Great.
Oh,
to the
boy.
manor.
Yep, to the manor.
Sweet. All right. I will then bring you all over to this map.
Ooh.
I like maps.
Oh.
Ooh,
Ooh. Oh
there's
ho.
a lot going on here.
I'm. It seems like this is the entire neighborhood for our new maybe home.
It is.
I hope they're friendly.
All right.
Where
So,
are like what type of neighborhood are we in? Is it like one of good repute? I can't remember.
it is in the North Ward. Let's pull up. It is kind of middle class.
Okay.
Let's see here. I will just read you out this thing that Volo has written about the North Ward.
He's reading it to us as we're walking.
Yes.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's joining us. He ain't leaving. He's coming with us.
He pulls out actually a bunch of like scroll tubes and hands one to each of you that that contain Volo's Waterdeep and Chirodon, or in Kyridian, however you say that word. And then like he like finds the section that he's written about the North Ward, and he's like, "You can follow along if you like as we travel." And he starts reading it out.
Are you a glorified tour guide?
For the best experience in the North Ward, go there just before dawn, buy a broadsheet, and settle in at a cafe with a view of the street. Watch as the ward comes quietly to life around you. At first, it will be so silent that you'll be able to hear the resident a street over who opens her sash for fresh air and clears her throat. Then, the bird song will begin, and shortly thereafter, you'll hear and then see the drays arriving with servants. These aren't the live-in staff used by noble houses, but people hired to come and work for a day. Most of them come from less affluent parts of the city, arriving with the tools of their trade and outfitted in their customary garb. Launderers and cooks in white, chimney sweeps and house cleaners in black, valets and childminders in gray, gardeners in green, and tutors in blue. As these servants spread out to knock on doors and begin their work, the residents of the ward take their exits, parting fondly with spouses and children, their footsteps tramping along the sidewalks or taking them into rattling hire coaches. In the span of just an hour, the North Ward comes to noisy life and then settles again into quiescence. Until later in the day, when the process reverses itself, as residents return from work and servants leave. The liveliest, and perhaps the loveliest, part of the ward is the Cliff Watch. Here, the plateau upon which Waterdeep sits features cliffs so steep and high that the city wall is interrupted to either side of them. Some of the most lavish residences and most luxurious taverns and inns of Waterdeep stand along this space, boasting terraces and balconies that allow one to take in the beautiful sight of the countryside to the east. Yet, you need not pay their high prices, for a public walkway along the cliff's edge offers pedestrians ample opportunity to enjoy the view. The North Ward's colors are green and orange, and its mascot is the gentle white dove, depicted in flight. Many North Ward homes have dovecotes on their roofs, and the great flocks of the birds that circle over the city at dawn and dusk are a delight to behold.
Sounds amazing.
Are we moving through the area as he's reading this, or
Yeah.
does he read this as we are? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's reading it like as you kind of like stroll along the street up into the neighborhood. Let me see if
Sir Volo, Volo, I don't like you, but
Weasel's nodding but
I
enthusiastically.
I do have to say, that was incredibly well written.
I don't even know this guy. What did he do to you guys while I was gone?
Oh, you don't know,
here we go.
Mr. Avery.
Yeah, we were
Um,
kind of in a rush. I couldn't actually get much information out of Cruz on the way here.
Yeah, see, Volo is a bard,
Oh.
That means
and
he's broke.
that should be enough for you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So a swindler is what you're telling me.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I hate him too.
Is there a way to show to everyone? And then I don't know if this then
Ooh, I see it.
shows up
The
in your,
Enchiridion.
and then it does show up in your Roll20 menu on the right-hand side.
Awesome.
So I will actually share all of the parts. One. This one, which is the part I was just reading from. The Wards of Waterdeep. The history of Waterdeep. Show to players. Surviving in the city. Show to players.
Oh my god, I have so much reading to do.
And
I'm just sitting there, my head is spinning, and just like, this is a lot to read, man.
Yep.
So is this the material that he gave us in the scroll, or
Yes.
is the scroll okay?
Yeah. It's very long.
I like the implication that he just carries copies of his own books, quote unquote, to give people at random.
Yep. You're not quite sure where he pulled these from.
But
Knowing that he's a bard, we don't want to know.
Exactly.
And so then he'll guide you up to the building that is here.
The one with the tower?
Yes. Four stories tall and boasting balconies, a turret, and 5 chimneys. This abandoned building seems to be one of the grandest in Jewel Skull Alley.
Well, this
So-
is quite the place to stay, isn't it?
Well, yes, now you can see why I had no coin as I purchased the deed to this grand place.
Yeah, it's grand.
Is it in good condition?
It's a bit neglected. Like it yeah, like it seems like it's been abandoned for a bit of a while. Probably at least a year or so. Um
How long ago did you say you purchased this?
why just last 10 day.
Hmm.
Why aren't you living here? Look at that. I mean, this looks pretty. I can move one of the bricks in one of like the pillars outside.
But-
It's a little worse for wear, but you know.
But my good young short sir, I am Volo. I am a wanderer. I must read my books. I must I must always be on the move to learn and capture new things.
Insight check.
Sure.
Like the full narrowed eyes insight check. It's a Basil can't do it. He just doesn't like Volo. Like I don't know what else to say.
I would also like to insight check, but my browser has frozen. So if
Uh-oh.
somebody could roll for me, that would be great.
Do you know your modifier for it?
Oh, not at this moment. But
Hmm.
I think
I
you
I I
are
can
allowed to see my sheet.
I can do it for you.
Okay, thank you.
Peach.
Yeah, because I was just gonna go and roll mine, and then I just use your modifier that way.
Insight check. Normal roll. 15.
Ooh.
And Basil got a 13.
A 13, a hot,
Yep.
steamy 13.
So, as far as both of you can tell, like he seems completely genuine in his words. Like this, like he doesn't seem to be keeping any kind of secrets in regards to what he's saying to you currently.
With that information, Peach definitely asks him why he bought this place if not to live in.
An excellent question.
Well, as I believe I explained earlier, I had heard that this place was potentially haunted, and I'm working on a new book, Volo's Guide to Specters and Spirits. Or is it Spirits and Specters? Which do you think flows better? um, and so I wanted to come here, and I purchased the deed to the place, and I inspected it for a few hours, but I did not make of much. It did not seem haunted to me at the time, and so I was going to pass along the deed to some adventurers who maybe needed a place to make a home base, or I just turn it back around and sell it again.
So you really bought an entire manor because you thought it was haunted.
Yes.
Is this something that featherless creatures usually do?
Oh, I don't know about
No.
some of the other
No.
I don't know about some of my other fleshy compatriots, but it is certainly something that I, Volothamp Gedarm, would do.
Well,
I'm sorry. Say that last name one more time.
Gedarm? Gedarm?
Okay.
well, let's go inside. I look up at Volo, and it's just more of like a look of disappointment. I just don't trust you. I don't know why. And I normally give everyone a pretty good shake. It's just my mama and papa said if someone's giving you a free thing, something wrong. So let's go.
Trust must be earned, young one.
All right. Well then, I suppose that like if you find this place acceptable to make the deal that we have discussed, then perhaps then later I can tell you about some of your very friendly neighbors.
Oh, sure. Why don't you come in and talk to us about it right now?
All right, you all enter into Troll Skull Manor. So,
I'm looking for the titular troll skull as Peach because Peach is a very literal fellow. Is there a troll skull?
all right, paste. Oops. There you go. So down in the bottom left of this new map, that is the first floor. Actually, let me see if I can layer, token layer. Ta-da.
It's honestly convenient that you have all these words magically floating above each of these rooms.
This is just for the player's benefit, not necessarily the characters.
It's fun to think, though.
It'd be kind of funny if Volo went and like tacked up signs above everything though, so we do see.
Some of these adventures are a little less on the intelligence side.
All right. So when you enter, you find that the first main room that you enter into was previously set up as a tavern's tap room. It is currently filled with some broken furniture, tarnished silverware, casks of wine that have since turned to vinegar, and some other worthless detritus.
Basil immediately sees that. Oh man, free vinegar! It just sprints.
uh,
Classic Basil.
I will sit down at the bar because I'm tired.
Okay.
oh.
I'm gonna look behind the bar to see if there's anything that could be usable to drink and not just vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
You are delighted to discover that it has um like taps with running water.
Oh,
All right,
that's
well, I
nice.
take the time to go ahead and pour a couple of cups for everyone.
Um, none of the um, beer taps um, have anything working. Like one starts to like ooze out some sludge, but
We'll just ignore that. Actually, wait, Basil, I think there might be something you'd like.
Well, yeah. So here after I'm gonna like sidle up next to Tam with just a crate of wine that's garbage. It's like full unusable, and just immediately sip one of the things of water to see if it's poison because I can taste it, but I'm immune to it.
mm-hmm. The water tastes perfectly normal. Are you
Okay, so
inspecting the sludge?
yeah, I'll inspect the sludge as well. I mean, listen, is it gunk?
Please don't
Can I
just
use it and
dunk your
stuff?
face into it, please.
um, it tastes very strong, bitter, and potent. The little bit that you're able to get from it. You think that like if you're able to create some kind of potion using this bit of sludge, that would be very effective in like knocking someone out.
immediately just hand vials over to to the aviary. Can you just fill these up with that gunk stuff, please?
Uh,
Thanks.
Sure. And I just, almost like a disappointed father, just kind of walk over and start filling up these vials.
I hop down from the bar stool and I look at Volo and Peach. The water's not poison, so help yourself.
Well, I suppose that is a blessing.
Tam, what is your passive perception?
It is. My passive perception is 10. No. Yes, 10.
Okay. Out of the corner of your eye, at one point you think you maybe see like one of the pieces of broken furniture slightly shift a bit, but you're not entirely sure if it actually did or
I would like to make an insight check on that furniture.
not.
I
No.
want to really analyze that furniture.
Don't worry, more will be revealed later. It's not really pertinent for an insight check at this juncture.
No, I know.
The chair's angry with you.
I'll do the thing where I look and go,
Yeah, exactly.
Must have been the wind.
All right. So, if you explore this first level a little bit, so like behind the bar it leads into a pantry, in the kitchen, and also behind the bar there is a hatch that is in the floor.
Well, first,
Peach will pull that up if it looks heavy.
Okay.
I also have to ask: is there anything rotten in the kitchen? I'm obligated to ask for Basil. I'm not looking forward to the answer, but I have to ask.
It is seemingly uh like it's surprisingly quite empty.
Awesome, great, thank you.
There actually you do see like one rat kind of skittering about, but it's mostly just cobwebs and dust.
Basil just says hello and then like bows towards the rat and then leaves the room. And we'll be interested in the hatch stuff because basements have stuff in it.
Yep. And
It just skittered off, right? It's not like sitting there looking at us, right?
no, it's just kind of
Okay.
minding its own business.
not
Doesn't seem
talking to us, right?
it doesn't seem perturbed or even really notice you all that much. And hello to our polar in chat. Thank you for stopping by.
I'll head over with Basil, and as he goes down into the basement, I'll cast dancing lights and have them swirl around him.
I believe
So he
Peach is
can
the lead in here.
Oh, Peach was going down? I thought you were going down. Sorry.
I know Peach opened up that hatch, but
Yeah.
Yep. So there is a ladder leading down, and it goes into the basement level, which is in the bottom right of this map. And so there are a bunch of old empty barrels in the ale cellar,
Oh,
and then also some empty barrels on racks in the wine cellar, which is adjacent.
are these barrels all empty?
Yes, they're all empty.
Okay.
Some of them you still manage to get like a faint whiff of what they once contained, but they're all empty.
I keep an eye on Basil to make sure he doesn't start licking things. And if he does, I just gently like move him away from them, like,
All right, so Peach and Basil went down. Was the aviary? What was the aviary doing?
I'll just stay up here, guys. Let me know if you need anything.
Okay.
and I'm gonna head upstairs because I want to see what else is in this house.
All right.
I just quickly motion to Tam. Just let me know if you need anything as well.
I'm sure I'll be fine, young man.
Always must respect my elders, sir.
If a ghost even brushes Tam with a pinky finger, Tam will die instantly. Tam doesn't have enough life for that.
Oh shoot! I totally forgot music. Let's see here.
Well, luckily we've been pretty
No.
consistent with our talking, so it's been keeping the flow of things going well too.
We'll use the one
We
that's
did. We did a short rest. I used all my hit dice. I have almost all my hit points back, and through arcane recovery, I got almost all the spells that I used back.
Oh
Must
boy.
be nice.
What are spell slots? Oh, right, I'm fresh out. Right, okay.
So, Tam has moved on to continue kind of poking around. Peach and Basil come back up from the basement hatch. When they do so, they see in the dust on the bar top that something has been scrolled closing time.
Was
Wow.
it there before?
Give me a perception check.
Perception.
Oh, do I need to roll that for you?
Yes, please. I'm still frozen.
Okay.
Olo really did leave a lot of magic messages for us.
I'll roll with disadvantage because I am short.
I'm just going with it because I'm just that, like, just rolling with it. Like, yeah, I'm certain it happened. So 16 for Basil, looks like?
Yeah, 16 for Basil with disadvantage.
Okay. Peach, you don't quite remember if you saw that there before or not. Basil, since he had been over there dealing with the aviary and trying to collect gunk, you're pretty sure that that wasn't there before.
Is the aviary still at the bar?
Yeah, I've been kind of like just cleaning up a little bit. I mean, I didn't notice the dust over there, but I'm like cleaning the tables and the gook that you just had me collect for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, it's like over on like a side of the bar top that like he wasn't at.
I'm gonna still look at the aviary. Did you write this? Kind of point.
And I go and turn over like, no, that wasn't me.
Volo?
What's that,
Did you-
good sir?
Did you write this? Is this like? Are you?
Right what? The Enchiridion? Of course I wrote that, and I've wrote Volo's Guide to
come over here.
Monsters, and Volo's Guide, and I'm writing Volo's Guide to
It
Specters
says
and
closing
Spirits.
time. Use your eyeballs.
Oh, perhaps this place is haunted.
So you didn't write this?
I did not.
All right. Can I write underneath it? No. Question mark?
Sure.
And then I put an exclamation point after he finishes.
Oh, an interrobang. Nice.
After this, Peach ponders this new tableau, then goes up and writes, "When is closing time?" Question mark. And even with just a fingertip, he has beautifully calligraphic writing.
You hear from Basil when you finish writing. It's beautiful.
Did you study calligraphy?
Yes, my father said it was very important to have a marketable skill.
Well, that's definitely not one of my skills, and you could see the poorly drawn like exclamation parts. Like this should be the simplest thing ever, but it's just like it's almost jagged in the way I put it.
It is okay, my friend. Nobody is perfect.
No, of course not. That'd be silly.
Where's Mr. Rambutam?
Oh yeah, he went upstairs. He was just checking some stuff out. Now that you mention it, though, we probably should go check on him, huh?
Yes, I hope he has not perished.
I'm gonna go and head up the stairs first, just
Well,
to make
fir-
sure, because I
first
kind of
the-
was watching him to an extent.
First, it's a cut, an immediate cut to Tam alone in a house.
Yeah, what do I see in this common room?
It's just empty and dusty.
Can I go in? Let's say den? In
Yep.
here?
Den, hall, bedroom, spare room.
Gotcha. How about in here? All the same, just
Yep.
dusty bullshit. All right.
Oh, this all looks similar. All right then.
I'll come back out and
So
I guess I'd
Maybe I'll
probably
go
meet
up-
him towards the stairs, or... Oh, okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
so
yeah,
in-
maybe I'll go up one more flight of stairs.
Yeah, so like you can go through a door into the hall, which again is just empty and dusty. There's also in these rooms there's windows looking out.
I was just gonna say, how is the view out this window?
Um,
Is it good?
the window is kind of grimy, so you would have to try and like wipe it off.
Yeah, well, I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
So I'll head up the stairs.
Okay, up to the 3rd floor.
And I just now enter the 2nd floor. And I start looking
Ah,
around.
privy. Yes, excellent.
Wait, are you saying that the privy doesn't have a door at all?
Nope.
It's just
No,
in the
just
middle
Right
of
at the end of the
staircase?
stairs.
It's just yeah. You walk up the stairs and you're just there.
Or is it this
There's-
little room that's actually the privy?
It's the little
Freaking-
room.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Terrifying.
all right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I suppose I should
Well,
make
well, I think I know
I should
now
make
why
the arrow
this place is abandoned.
visible.
Yeah, that's very poorly designed. Ooh, are any of these doors marked?
Like
Does it have does this one have a thing on it that says privy, and does this one, more importantly, does this one have one on it that says library and study?
no.
No. What I don't know. Wow, the door is right there.
The door is right there.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna just check this room now.
Okay.
And I'm just literally walking and I see the doors open on the hall. I'm like, Tam? Tam!
You hear from downstairs, aviary?
So lining pretty much like all of the wall space in the library and study room is like built-in bookcases, but they're all empty and just dusty and cobwebs. There is also a small desk in between the 2 windows. That's like one of the legs is kind of broken and it's like tilted, and but it's a very plain desk. There's no drawers or anything.
Well, I think I found my room.
And there is a kind of very neglected, almost rotting, like sitting chair in the corner.
Yes, I'll have to do something about that. This is perfect for me, though. The library. It's right next to the privy.
Oh, yeah.
This is perfect.
Can't argue. It's a prime locale.
There's 2 privies on this floor.
Oh, access to double privies. Let's go.
Uh-huh. This is how you know it's a fantasy game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because there's no other privies anywhere else. It's just there.
All right. What's everyone else up to then?
I think I would have dashed up with the aviary to make sure Tam hasn't been spooked to death somehow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just kind of going
You
through the
guys-
hall, see the doors open. I just deduce like, oh, okay, he's gone through this way, and I don't see any other doors open, so I assume he goes upstairs.
You guys didn't want to do the comedy routine where we're just chasing each other through a house for like half an hour?
The
What
house
was that
is big, but
show,
it's not
Ruby-Doo?
that big.
So are you going up to the third floor to find Tam?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd be like right here.
All right. So then you do find him kind of inspecting what was once a library.
This looks like it used to be a library. I feel very comfortable in places like this. I think I would like this to be my room.
There's no bed or anything in here. Where are you gonna sleep?
No, but you can move one in here, I'm sure. You're a strapping young lad. I'm sure you could help me.
Oh,
Well, sure.
most certainly. But that would mean we agree to take this place, and we have not agreed yet.
True, yes. But if we do, I call dibs.
Okay, fair enough.
I just realized I was not on the right thing for the stream.
Oh.
Oh goodness.
That's fine.
Uh-oh.
Imagination.
Imagination.
You can build the mind
Whoops.
palace.
Yeah. Basil?
Uh, I mean, is this a giant chimney over here?
That is a good question.
Oh.
I'm imagining it's like a floor hearth.
Yes, I believe
that
it
Basil's
is.
going to crawl up into and start like looking around. Like I don't. I don't
Scraping
agree with
around
what
for
he's gonna
random
do.
coals.
Yeah, but like he's scraping it down, trying to get stuff into little glass vials and corking them. He comes out, just looks at Volo, just full of soot. Like this place is actually kind of great. I mean, Basil is going to go fine tooth comb through like the first floor before he moves anywhere else because that's who he is. He's got to inspect everything. So, do you need me to make investigation rolls to like get in deeper, or is this just one of those things where he's just going to be down here for a bit?
He'll just be down there for a bit.
Radical.
One thing that Peach would like to do is find his way to the tower.
Okay. So that is so when you get up to the third floor, and if you make your way through the bedroom at the top left, there's a door into what like the level of the tower at this spot, and then there's a hatch that opens up and then goes up into the top part of it, which is down here, the turret peak.
And where's the entrance to the garage area for the attic and whatnot?
So
It's this guy.
Yeah, these set of stairs there, yeah, that Cody and I just
Okay.
pinged. Those stairs wind up here.
It's a bit of a tight squeeze as I'm getting up there, or is there enough space for me to actually walk in there relatively comfortably?
Yep. No, yep. It's like a kind of like regular hallway width. These are supposed to be 5-foot squares, so.
Yep. I guess I'd be probably checking out the storage and attic bedroom while Peach is over there.
The storage room is just empty, dust and cobwebs. The attic bedroom does have like a bed frame, but it has no mattress or anything on it.
That would be the tricky part, honestly, is to get the frame up there.
Mm-hmm.
Mattresses are way more squishy.
Is there anything interesting in the turret?
It's open air,
Oh,
so you pop out of the hatch, and then it's like you get a nice view of the North Ward from where you are.
Is it kind of like an aviary?
Wait a minute.
Well, aviaries actually usually have a roof and like things in it for like birds to like perch
Yeah.
and roost in. So no,
You can put beds up here.
I mean, again,
Wow. 2 in one night. That's impressive, honestly.
be gone. Another chatbot. I mean, conceivably, like you might if you do decide to take the manor and the estate, you could do something with this top turret peak if you would want to do so.
I'm definitely going to be a little bit naughty and do a little flight around the turret. Because I guess there's a window or something I can leave, or it just goes out into the open air and I can just fly around it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just goes out into the open area.
Cool. Yeah, so I just fly around that and then I come back and I'm quite pleased with it.
Yeah, so like it's kind of like multi-level guarded around the outside. So the parts where it's thinner on there is like only about like waist height, whereas the other parts are more about chest height.
Neat. I catch myself thinking of how I would decorate it and make it nice and add like a furniture for my father to come and visit, and I'm like, oh no, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
It's not that big, like it's maybe about 8 feet in diameter all around.
It does have a bedroom attached to it, so...
Well, not quite. You'd have to go back down to get into the bedroom, but yes.
You'd be able to get to the turret peak very easily.
Yes.
I think as we see Peach thinking about how he could decorate it and keep everything, I think we dissolve to Tam in the library thinking about how he could decorate it.
Oh, he could move all his books into the library.
Yeah, exactly.
He could have his little old man reading nook.
We have a Star Wars wipe to Basil and Volo, and Basil's just like, I could put a whole potion section down here. They're serving drinks. The taps could be for potions. Just think about it. Who cares if there's a ghost? I think we take it. No one else is here. I want this.
And I'm just kind of up in the attic bedroom. I'm just kind of framing out stuff like, we'd have a workbench over here, have a small bedroom area here, little area for my 2 precious friends, Rachel and Harvey, to be hanging out in.
Right. Forgot.
So Volo's just been kind of like sitting on a slightly broken chair at a slightly broken table, watching Basil just kind of like poke around the first level. When both of them hear a smashing sound coming from the kitchen area.
Well, let's go check. I just like immediately link my arm around Volo's hand. Let's go and start walking. Because Basil has zero hesitation when it comes to inquisitiveness.
Would any of us have heard the sound at all by chance, or no?
If you're on the 3rd floor and above, no. If you were on the 2nd floor, maybe.
So maybe.
I think
Tam.
maybe by this time, after having seen everything, I would have come down, so I could be with I just see Basil numing as I'm coming back down to say,
Sure.
yeah, I think I'm going to tell everyone that, this place has potential. Maybe we should think about keeping. Oh, there's Basil. Okay, where are we going?
Basil, when we entered, Basil was clean. Had to go to his intern stuff. Full soot everywhere, gunk just smeared across. Like there's some mold hanging off his shoulder. It looks bad. He's been essentially a cleaning rag for this place, just going through, looking at every little tiny crevice. And Basil stars in his eyes. It's like a potion shop, and he's leading Bolo into the kitchen.
And I'm gonna head over to the stairs because I definitely heard it, the noise from downstairs, and I'll yell up. I'll yell up the stairs.
Mr. Aviary, I do believe
wha-
that I heard a noise coming from downstairs.
I'll be right there. And I
Yes,
just
we should
start
go
making
look.
my way down.
Yeah.
What was it by chance?
I'm not sure.
And so when Basil and Volo enter into the kitchen, there was a forgotten mug that had been left in the corner that seems like it had fallen to the floor and smashed. But at the very moment that they enter the kitchen, they notice that a piece of the broken mug falls from about like head height, having carved a message into the wall, and falls to the floor. And the message carved into the wall says, "Last call!" exclamation point.
How far do I have to climb on a thing to get to it?
For a halfling, yeah, you'd probably have to find something to be able to get up to that height.
Because I want to immediately inspect it to make sure it's real, like get fingers in crevices, make
Okay.
sure that it's like a real thing and not an illusion.
Yeah, you could find an old crate or something that you could turn upside down to get up on and inspect it.
And I look at Volo. Did you do this?
No, of course I did not. But apparently now we seemingly have proof that this place is indeed haunted. Oh,
so
I must
wait,
write about this in my new book. And he goes off and he starts
Well, hold on.
pulls
No,
out
you're
something
spending
and
the night,
says,
right? You gotta get more. I'll step down from the crate and pick up one of the pieces of mug and start carving into the wall. Sorry, we might be buying this place, which means that writing on this wall might be deterrent to the value. So I'm gonna stop now. And it just cuts out at that point. Just run back. Guys, you won't believe
What?
it.
What?
Volo wrote something on the wall.
What?
Well, so we came in together, but he has a bunch of magic and stuff, so I don't know what he could do. But there's some stuff on the wall that said last call, because we saw closing time down here. So, maybe we shouldn't be down here after a certain time?
Well, what time is it right now?
It's
Yeah,
early evening, right?
early evening, say 6:30.
What tavern closes in the evening?
Not a good one that went, just kind of motion around and everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Peach is going to look around and take a peek at the message on the wall. I'm going to go back to the closing time message. Has anything been added to that?
Well, so Basil wrote now ? Right?
Yeah,
I wrote
and then
no ?
Oh, no question mark. Right.
Yeah, and then I wrote under that, when is closing time? ?
It's all been wiped clear of dust. So
Oh.
there's no more messages at all.
My friend, did you clean this area? It seems that the messages have disappeared.
Me? No, I didn't. I was going around trying to check everything, but that was all the crevices. I point towards the walls where the floorboard, the baseboards look very clean because I've just kind of been going through looking for growths of mold.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's not great.
And it's at this point that all of you witness some of like the soot that Basil had like gotten out of the fireplace there, like starts to like brush up into the air as if like someone's doing something with it, and then you almost see like two like hands become covered in soot, and one of them starts drawing above the fireplace a frowny face.
Oh.
I go over to it and I put a smiley face next to it.
The moment that I see there's visible hands, I cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Because that ain't right. That ain't right. That's not how ghosts work. I don't think. I immediately you just see me. I take one of the things of mold off my shoulder and I put it in a little tiny vial that has like clear liquid in it. I shake it, turns red. I just pour it directly into my eyes, which turn bright red, as if in pain. But instead, it helps me detect magic. And then I'm going to look around at this nonsense here. I don't know why it had to roll for that. That's what. Oh, no, it just says that I pressed a button. Okay, cool.
Well, now we know what it does.
DM is saying,
Well, I mean,
Is
this
trying
is
to figure out if this is something actual magical to be
Yeah.
detected. That's
Yeah.
is it. Did I blow up the spot, and or is it just a natural fun? Because if it's fully natural, there wouldn't be any magic involved besides like ambient magic.
I mean, it is a spirit, but spirits are not of necessity magical.
Yeah.
So no,
Uh,
no magic.
So everyone else just sees Basil dump what looks to be like horrible
bleach into his
Yeah.
eyes.
and the eyes like bloodshot, bright red. And Basil's like, I don't see anything.
Really? I couldn't tell.
Have you gone blind, my friend?
Oh no, sorry. This is Oh, it probably looks really weird. Yeah, no, this is just how you detect. How I learned how to detect magic. I poisoned my. It's fine.
I look over at Tim like, is this normal?
No, not at all.
Okay. So, just another new thing for Mr. Basil Copperpot.
I think it's a younger generation thing. I'm not sure.
Oh. Okay.
I learned this one myself. No one taught me it.
Well,
I think
you
that
get
might
points
be
for
the problem.
creativity.
Oh, okay, it doesn't look great, is what I'm hearing here. Well, I don't. There's no magic, so whatever's doing that, and I point at where the hands are. That's not a thing. That's not. It's not Volo.
No.
Well, it's okay, guys. I put a smiley face there.
Peach is going to kind of look around everywhere again and then say out loud, if you are indeed a ghost that haunts this place, please understand, we are perhaps going to live here, and if we do so, we will take very good care of this location. And if you would like to see us, perhaps you will let us take care of you.
And I just kind of hide in front, or go in front of Basil, so just like to kind of block out what he's got all over it.
I'm trying to peer around the aviary. Also, if you produce any type of viscous off like spirit,
I just kind of
juices, I
cover his
guess?
mouth. We'll pass the message on to him. Just let's take it easy for a second.
Do we get any response to any of that?
It writes some more in the soot. It writes, "Fix home?" question mark.
Peach says yes. Yes, if we decide to live here, we would make it beautiful once again. And we would give you a chair, if you like chairs.
He doesn't
What do
like
And then
spirits?
chairs.
some more of the soot kind of goes. Woof, 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 woof. and then you see a double thumbs up.
Aww. Peach swivels his head around to everybody, so like the whole backwards head face thing, and goes, I think we must live here now. Nobody else will care for this ghost.
I haven't personally worked with any sort of spirits, but I'm not one to put anything down.
I'm not entirely sure what's more terrifying, the not scary ghost or the strange thing that Peach just did with his head.
Oh, that's quite normal for his people.
Yes, this is very, very normal. Thank you, Mr. The.
You're welcome.
Yes,
I can't do it, but
it's incredibly disturbing.
oh, 100%. I agree. For most people that aren't avian like us.
Oh, I apologize most sincerely. And he keeps his head in place and swivels his body around so he's facing everybody correctly.
That's much better. Yes.
I just go thumbs up, smile.
As you do the thumbs up, Basil's like, okay, so yeah, no, the ectoplasm, I would really like some. If you don't make any, well,
Basil,
there might be some way. Oh, yep.
I don't think we're harming the creature.
I don't want to harm it. I'm just, if it produces any natural off-putting, liquids or gases or, anything I can work with, it would be great.
Peach bends over and gently whispers into Basil's ear, you are basically asking our host for their bodily fluids. That is extremely rude.
Oh, I just
Not to mention a little gross.
I don't know if there's byproducts. It's a new dawn of. But I don't think anyone's worth experience stuff. I could probably just get.
This would be like if I went into your home and then asked your parents for their blood.
Basil, one of your empty vials, this like starts like floating away from you, and then like you see like the sooty hand like clench into a fist, and then like ectoplasm starts to drip down from it.
Oh, Basil's just crying, knees on the ground, just like arms up, like yes.
Peach takes the vial and murmurs apologies for his excitable short friend.
I'm just sitting there, mouth agape, and like, I don't know what to say to that. That's okay. I guess you got what you wanted.
As I take it from Peach, do you want some of my parents' blood? I mean, I can ask. They always tend to give it away, so
What is the opposite of a vampire? I think that's what your parents are.
Yeah, why would they give
spirit? What should we call you?
And then like it kind of like shimmers into appearance a bit, and you can see kind of like the ghostly image of a mature half-elf.
Oh.
Oh god, Aldaris is dead.
He's been dead the whole time.
Different facial features, different kind of clothing. And he kind of like gestures at himself, and then uses a sooty hand to write again, L-I-F.
Leaf.
And it nods.
Liv. I'm sorry, Liv.
Yeah.
What a wonderful name. Pleased to meet you.
Oh,
Not
actually,
entirely sure
shoot,
if
I
that's
should have done that differently. I actually, oh well, it's too late now. We'll just go with it.
You can give us another ghost.
I'm
You
waiting
can
for
retcon it.
I'm
That's
waiting
fine.
for Basil to go ahead and call it
Does
Phil.
anyone know Elvish?
I do.
Okay. Because
Hey.
it would have written it in Elvish.
Ah. I would have said Lif then.
Yeah.
In Elvish.
Well, Lif is just Lif, phonetically.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
It's
so
just
it's
that-
not like It's not like LIF. It's not like Larry Ignatius Franklin or something,
No.
right? Okay.
Yeah, it's like written in Elvish script, the name Lith. Just you would have to know how to read Elvish to know how to say it.
I know how to read Elvish because, again, my father wanted me to have marketable skills.
Yep.
So what exactly does it say?
It
I
just
don't
says,
read Elvish.
oh, it says Lif.
And what does that mean?
I believe this is our friend's name.
Yep. It's pointing at itself.
Peach will now go around the circle and introduce everybody, and then say that the annoying man in the kitchen is named Volo.
Volo had actually left the kitchen and he's like sitting. He's been sitting at a table watching very intently and like writing down in his notes everything that's been happening.
Then Peach will whisper very discreetly that the unlikable man taking notes is Volo.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry, he's not going to be here long.
Yes. I explained that we are going to buy this house from Volo so that we can make it nice.
And the lift just kind of smiles and then like walks around and like walks over to Volo, peers at his notes, and then like sits on a broken chair across from him and just kind of like crosses his legs and stares at him.
Good, he can keep him out of trouble.
Oh, I guess we should ask. Lif, are you the only one here, or is there more than just you here?
He just holds up a single finger.
Fair enough.
At this point, Volo pipes up and he's like, and he calls over to Peach, says, "You said this fine spirit's name was Lif.
Yes, in Elvish.
Lif was the previous owner and barkeep of this place."
That explains
Peach
a lot.
leans his head around to Lif and says, I apologize for your untimely end. As if, the being dead part had not been evident previously.
And like the ghostly figure just shrugs.
Does Volo have anything to say about how Lif maybe perished? When we say previous owner, do we mean previous as in many years previous, or previous as in like just the year previous? Because you mentioned that it looked like the house had been abandoned for a year, I think you believe?
Yeah.
I believe you said.
There had been some other stuff kind of using the manor for other purposes. It has been at least a decade since it was actually a tavern.
Oh. But it seems, after getting the backstory of Lif and this place, that we all seem yay for taking the deed after all, instead of, I don't know, extorting Volo for actual money.
I mean, we could still do that. He's still. Oh wait, never mind. I don't know that.
Volo does suggest that he had heard that Lif had perished of untimely but natural causes.
Does Lif have natural injuries? Like something fell on him from the break room or something?
You don't see anything.
Okay.
Yes, this is a fact of life that sometimes you just drift off in your sleep.
Or it was poison.
And like Lif points at Tam and like nods.
Is there like a spot with like cleaning supplies or anything around by chance?
No.
Hmm.
You'd have to purchase some.
Indeed.
If it's getting to be late-ish, maybe what we could do is get the deed stuff settled, because I think we seem yay again for taking the place, and then we can get cleaning supplies / get accustomed to the neighborhood and maybe do some cleaning before
Yeah.
the end of the night.
Like an 80s movie montage.
Yeah, like a Disney song montage. I think we're eclectic enough that we could get a Disney princess song montage.
I can show you the world.
There's a whole chorus where it's really boring. It's just Basil mending things.
Well, I guess for now, like Yui was saying, we were pretty good to go with the deed, I guess.
Volo he'll say, well, in order to do the signing over of the deed, we do need like it to be done officially and with witnesses and so forth. But it does need to be done within business hours.
Ah, okay.
So we will have to accomplish this in the morning.
Okay.
But if if you wish me to continue to stay with you here as was originally planned, that is agreeable, or I can return to the yawning portal and we can meet in the morning. It's up to you.
I just realized that Volo really does act like the main character from a D&D campaign, because he owes us money and he goes with us to an abandoned house where he's outnumbered in what would be a 4v1 fight with a ghost. Volo, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Have you played Baldur's Gate 3?
Yes. I also asked Volo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, sounds good. I'm happy to skip forward to the next morning if there's nothing that we needed instantly to
I
do
mean, we
right
could
now.
like do some cleaning if we wanted.
Yeah.
Is that going to be a problem?
We can
Mhm.
hand wave away. We don't have to.
We could hand wave the cleaning.
Yeah.
What? No, you don't want to go through all that?
More importantly, we have to assign bedrooms, of which 2 feel like they've been mostly assigned. It's because Peach wanted the tower and Tam wanted the library, just straight up just the library. So the question remains between the aviary and Basil, where are you feeling like?
Well, I imagine for you, where we're at right now, if you can make a bedroom out of possibly pantry area or something, you'd probably love it here.
Basil hasn't seen the upstairs at all. So this conversation is gonna take place way later once Basil has seen like the upstairs.
Uh-huh.
And Basil will just be like, I just need a place that can explode very frequently without
That
disturbing people.
that might be the basement, honestly.
I'm cool with that.
I bet you are.
I mean, there's the den can function as a bedroom. There's the bedroom on the second floor. There's the spare room. There's the master bedroom.
There's the
on
master bedroom no one has even looked at.
on the third floor, which has its like ensuite private bath. There's the other bedroom with the like leads into the tower that goes up to the turret peak,
I think
which
that
is
might be Peaches,
yeah.
because you mentioned the tower is only a tower. It doesn't have a room in it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
And then there's
So
also the attic bedroom, which
Basil would basically
was
be
that
like,
the aviary.
Yeah, I was considering going into the attic bedroom, then I can have this secondary storage area as well.
Yep.
that would work out great because if Basil can get a place with running water constantly, like a private bath, Basil will take the master bedroom and essentially just chock it full of supplies. Like, and there's a little tiny cot, and then there's just so many alchemy things.
We also had to figure out Aldaris's room as well, but
But we still have like
Oh.
we have the den.
Well,
this room.
Oh,
I don't know. Like
perhaps,
Tam, would you want the master bedroom? Because then
perhaps, yes, young man. Perhaps you could take the bedroom on the second floor.
with the spare
That way I
room.
could have this one right next to the library and the study.
Oh yeah, I mean, as long as I can get running water, I can run pipes. I've run pipes before.
Yes, in fact, I do believe we could convert that spare room into perhaps a running water room.
I could also do the thing where the den and I could grow plants, because
Like a
herbalism
little
also.
greenhouse.
Yeah,
It looks like it has all those, like that circular portion has all these windows,
It
so that would
does.
be perfect.
Yeah.
and the
There's
den has
also
the stairs down to the first floor, right, or right next to it.
yeah.
Like
So
that.
this building is kind of weird in that like the stairs to get up to the actual like residential part is outside of the tavern part.
Uh, like I guess that makes sense. You want some kind of privacy.
Yeah. Like it's like there's a bit of estate ground, like ground level, and then there's like a little bit of like a porch up into the main tavern part, and then like if you go around back, there's the stairs leading up into to get up to the second floor and the residential part above.
Mental note to self. After we move in, we need to immediately install a railing for those stairs so that when Tam goes up, he doesn't, fall off the edge of them.
We can get an unseen servant that holds a chair and walks up the stairs
Oh.
for Tam.
And
Mhm.
there are the balconies on the second floor as well. Like there's the door that leads out of the portion under the tower from the den out into a balcony there, and there's a balcony off the spare room on the other side there too.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I don't think you guys understand. Tam is going to be spending a lot of his money on ropes and wood and pulleys and sandbags, and Tam is going to construct himself an elevator to the third floor.
Oh. Yeah, I could see that working.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we can kind of hand wave all of our plans to alter the floor plans after the meeting where we do the deed. We go to, I don't know, an architect or something and be like, hey, so can you figure out this stuff for us?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, like, dealing with the manor, like, there, chapter 2 in this adventure is basically like you get introduced to the manor, and then there's the opportunity to then fix things up and like dealing with various different guilds because like like if you want to reopen the tavern, then you have to deal with like um let me see here. Like, 'cause there's like the Butchers Guild and
Oh, right, right.
where is this in my?
That would be a good question. Do we want to reopen the
That
tavern?
Yeah, because like there's the Fellowship of Innkeepers and Taverns, Vintners, Distillers and Brewers Guild, Guild of Butchers. Um, hmm
But I take it opening up the tavern is essentially passive income.
Yeah. And
I
then
mean, we could always convert it into another thing too, like just a straight up restaurant or something if we didn't want to do a tavern.
Mm. I seem to recall Basil saying something along the lines of it becoming like a little potion shop.
I mean, Basil has stars in his eyes the moment he sees taps, and he's like, liquid can go through that, including all of the potions that I make. But he only makes poisons at this point in his life.
Mm.
So, people don't generally want to interact with a lot of poison. Um,
Mhm.
so it's one of those, the stomach is too big for the eyes, or the eyes are
Mhm.
too big for the stomach type of situation.
hmm
Well, that can be a problem for not poison brewing basil sometime.
Yeah. When Basil has any bit of adulthood earned, maybe Basil can come at this from a different angle. But as it stands right now, I mean, Basil also likes money to research more with, so really could go
Mhm.
either way.
All right. Shall we skip forward then to the morning with the appointment for the transfer of the deed?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty. Um. So, morning comes, and Volo will um he kind of just like somehow managed to get a fire going in the fireplace and like pulled out a bedroll and like went to sleep on the floor next to the fire. And like so like he gets up in the morning. He goes off and he finds one of the privies. And then he comes back and then like he waits for like people to show up. And so he had managed to send out a message, and so now he has an appointment booked for you with a magistrate named Kylin Silmerhelv. And so you need. He says, "Ah, my good friends, I've managed to secure us an appointment to do the transfer of the deed. It is like at a courthouse over in the um, Castle Ward. It is at high sun, so noon.
Mhm.
We will be meeting with Kylin Silmerhelv, who is a magistrate, and we can do the transfer of the deed."
I kind of just like I'm walking over to meet with the group, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably not best for me to go to the magistrate for really anything. So I'm going to see about getting Cruz back over here because he was already planning on essentially working with us anyway, and he'll be there to help with the signing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because, well, any of the owning parties must be present in order to put their signatures on the transfer.
And you're the only owning party?
I'm the current owning party, but
Oh,
then
then we'll be the okay.
Yeah, but we'll be the next
any
ones,
of the
yeah.
rest of you may be signatories.
I'm
Mm,
game.
So if the meeting is at noon,
Yep.
we could, I guess. Well, we need food first because it's morning. We should get breakfast, but I suspect the kitchen has no food that we can eat.
No, it does not.
I guess maybe while we wait for Cruz to show up, we could search the neighborhood for breakfast sandwiches or whatever it is that people eat for breakfast here.
All right.
All right,
Let me
so
see.
I'm essentially gonna, with the aviary, go up to the attic bedroom, and I'm gonna go ahead and have Rachel and Harvey go out the window on the attic bedroom, just to make it look like I'm sending a message out.
Okay.
And then fade to black.
Oh god, the aviary's dead!
With that in mind.
Basil has a sheet of paper out and is murmuring the entire time as we're walking around trying to find something to eat for breakfast, and then looks up. So we can't use magic, and we can't bribe them, and we can't kill them. Right? Just remember, don't kill anyone.
That has never been a problem for me.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's one of those things where um you're not supposed to do it, so it makes you kind of like want to do it, like this act of rebellion, and then you think, oh no, I really shouldn't be, like when you're standing on like a tall building, and then you're like, I shouldn't jump off, but I kind of want to, like that type of stuff. Like I just, don't kill anyone. Ah. Basil's freaking out.
Yes, yes, I know how you feel, young man.
I don't.
I only really meet people at the Apothecaries Guild, so meeting any type of person in charge of anything, especially when it comes to ownership and like deep legal processes. Like, I know I can't kill anyone at the Apothecaries Guild because, I have to make antidotes for all the poisons I make. So if anyone accidentally ingests them, people do all the time, I can heal them. So, I've never, it's just,
Basil,
oh,
Basil,
it's so important.
Basil.
Your heart is
Um,
going very fast.
It is very fast. Should we go back to your parents' house so I can cast Unseen Servant again?
Oh, no, at that point, they've either deduced that I'm not there or and they're very mad, or or here's the fun part, or they didn't care. Uh,
So,
no insight check needed. Deep sadness. Like
Oh,
full yards there.
Aw.
Deep sadness in his eyes.
so I hate to be that guy, but also, we passed a night, Tam.
Yeah.
That is
Oh,
correct.
Oh,
No, I
right,
rolled.
right. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
this
I rolled.
conversation might not have happened.
Oh, you did
Okay.
roll?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I rolled. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I wasn't certain. I wanted to make sure.
Tam is still alive?
Yes.
Okay. I should almost make you roll twice because of the exhaustion.
Oh my god. Brutal.
But no, I won't do that.
It's 2% chance, no big deal. It'll be fine.
It's fine.
Well, if we had a long rest, then I don't have any exhaustion anymore, right?
No, yeah, it gets rid of the exhaustion.
Okay.
Well, it removes one level exhaustion, and you only had one level.
So maybe you
Yeah.
do that if he has more than one level of exhaustion on
Yeah.
long rest.
I'll do that. I don't care.
All right. So, if you wish to poke around the neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
So the manor, I've now made some of the things that viewable in Roll20 on the map there. T1 is your manor. So let's see. The next, the most obvious thing if you go poking around the neighborhood is then I think is T4, which has a sign out front that says Corellin's Crown and apothecary and physician.
Uh-oh.
No way.
Uh-oh.
Basil's inside. Like, I don't know what you want here. Wait, actually, would Basil know this person in the sense of heard about them through the Apothecaries Guild?
Yeah, you'll
Okay,
have heard
Basil
about
would
them.
not go near the place then.
Okay.
Because if Basil knows them, that means his parents know them, which means they know his parents, and that's not good.
So it's a stately 3-story townhouse, the third floor of which has been converted into a greenhouse that has translucent glass walls that allow anyone on the street to see the rainbow of flowers blossoming within. And you can even see a elvish figure like wandering around up on the third floor with long braided hair. Basil, you'll know that this is Fala Lefalier.
Basil puts his hood up.
And Fala is a druid and operates this business, Corellin's Crown, and uses they/them pronouns.
As we pass by, Peach is very taken in by the plants and very much wants to visit this place once the manor is pretty, so he can fill the manor with beautiful flowers and all those other kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look up at Peach, noticing the flowers. We'll have to ask for seeds, but we'll do that after I have property to my name, so my parents can't, yell at me for being out all night.
Okay.
I don't want them to find me.
Peach confesses he has no understanding of anything that Basil just said.
Oh, okay, we'll ask the nice lady for plants later on. Just a thumbs up.
T5. The outside of this business appears mostly unremarkable, except for a distinguishing mark with an orange and black sign featuring a cat's eye.
As a 3-year-old local of this city, do I recognize that?
Mm, give me a check of some kind. What would be pertinent here?
History?
Yeah, sure. Make it history.
Well, that's a 4, so I'm guessing no, I know nothing.
I know it's a cat's eye.
Yeah, you don't know anything about this business.
We both look back at Tam? Question mark.
Tam, do you think you would know this? You can just say yes or no.
Well, I got
Holy!
I got a
he knows
23
it.
on history, so
Oh.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, all right. So Tam knows that this business is a private investigator. The name of the business is the Tiger's Eye, and it has a sole owner, and it's just the one person who runs the business, who is human, but Tam has heard rumors that this Vincent Trench, the human detective, may not necessarily be as he appears to be. Man, what's with all the chatbots tonight?
Holy cow.
3.
Dang.
Yes, so it would seem that this is a detective agency run by a man named Trent, I believe.
Wow.
I don't just remember all of the details, but yes. I don't know if he's to be trusted.
I wonder if the
Yeah.
aviary knows this guy.
Yes, perhaps he knows the aviary.
It's very possible. Maybe we should go ask him. Where is he, anyway?
I'd technically be still traveling as Cruz.
Yeah, Peach basically catches Tam up on the fact that the aviary left suddenly after Volo mentioned the magistrate, so perhaps he has social anxiety.
Yes, it could be. Very well be. He also could have warrants, but whatever.
What does that have to do with social anxiety?
No, he could. Never mind.
Just as you're pondering that, you do see Cruz round the corner and join you guys, wave at you. Good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing today?
We are
Do you know
doing
where-
wonderfully. We are talking about warrants and social anxiety.
Oh,
We were just talking about your friend, the aviary.
yes. He has a history, and most of the people here, it's just best for him to kind of lay low. That's more or less why I take the position daytime for him.
So he's not coming? I mean, he's right back there. We can go back and see him if you want to talk.
No, he had to go on another errand. He passed a message on to me, and then he was going to go on to a new errand, so.
Oh, shucks. Dang, just missed him.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I'll be here to sign off. I heard we're signing off this building nearby?
Yes. Oh, we're actually not that far away. So Peach turns and gestures to the lightly decrepit building.
Well, from what I found out yesterday, this was given to us by Sir Volo, correct?
Well, not yet, technically, but yeah. Yes?
Well, I'll have to look at it a little bit more later, but it seems like a fine place for us to settle in and as a base of operations, as it were.
as we're having this conversation, I guess we could. Oh, that's a cul-de-sac. Nice. We go to T6.
Sure.
Nice
I-
cul-de-sac.
I just really like saying the word cul-de-sac. It sounds menacing.
I mean, you're not wrong. It is fun.
um, this is a bookstore.
Oh,
The front of this bookstore is adorned with a charming sign of a gold dragon curled around a treasure hoard of books and scrolls.
Is it open?
Yep, it's open for
I
business.
would like to go. I would like to go in.
All right.
Mr. Rambleham, we gotta go to the signing soon. Just remember.
Yes, yes.
It's like 2 hours until that.
Okay.
Because you're just wandering the neighborhood, seeing if you can find somewhere to get food, and just checking out the neighborhood. Inside, the shop is decorated with beautiful hardwood, and the earthy scent of old books permeates the air. The library fills 2 floors of this 3-story building, and it somehow seems to contain more shelves than the building should be able to hold. Operating this shop is a short dragonborn of gold dragon ancestry.
It is magnificent.
And Tam, actually, you probably at least know of this person. His name is Rishal the Page Turner, because he is a member of the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors.
Ah, yes. Shaw the page.
Can't say that in the accent.
Rishal.
Rishal the page turner. Yes. Rishal, this is your shop.
Yes. Hello, Tamaran. It's been a while.
It has, yes. Yes, I'm retired now.
Oh, you did finally retire.
Yes, a few years ago, but yes. I've never been in your shop before. This is amazing.
Are you looking for anything in particular, or do you need any of my services? We have a small collection of spell books for that mages of the guild can copy spells from for a price.
wow.
Perhaps not right at the moment, though. You see, a few of my friends and I were gifted the old tavern, a few doors down, and I do believe that we're going to take it and fix it up. And
Oh, good. That place does need some fixing up. Gone
yes,
through several different owners over the decades.
well, hopefully we'll be the last one. I'm sure I will be the last one.
Whoa, Tam.
It does. It,
This is let him cook.
it does. It does, in fact, have a library on the second floor, so it will need to be stocked with books.
Oh, hello. The kids are asleep. Thank you
Yes.
for the raid of
Yes,
2.
thanks for the raid.
Thanks for the raid. The kids are asleep. Welcome. I assume
Hello.
both Valerie and Eric.
Hello, Valerie. How
Thank
are
you for
doing
stopping
today?
by. Shh, the kids are asleep. Time to do cool stuff.
That's right.
I'm not quite in the market for anything right now. But perhaps when we start getting everything revitalized, maybe we can make a deal to restock the library in in our building over there.
And Rishal kind of clacks his finger talons together. He's like, yes, I'm sure we can come to some kind of agreement, provided there's gold involved.
Oh, you know there will be.
I kind of like tap Tam on the shoulder. I'm like, what about that book that you got yesterday, sir?
Oh, the spell book.
Yes, didn't you get one?
Yes, I've already started copying the spells into my spell book.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
I'm not so knowledgeable in the arcane, so I wouldn't know how that whole process works. But I
Yes,
figured,
you see, I can copy the spells from that book into my book. And then once I've done that, I don't really need the other one, so perhaps I could donate it to Mr. Page Turner here, and perhaps he can gift us some non-magical books for our library. How would that sound?
Oh, I'm not particularly fond of transactions that don't involve gold.
All right.
fair
well,
enough.
I guess I'll keep that in mind. But thank you, sir, and it was good seeing you again.
Yes, come by any time within standard operating business hours.
And with gold.
And with gold.
It is quite the nice collection, sir. Have a nice day.
Now we can go out into the cul-de-sac again.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cul-de-sac. That's where the real content's at. Let's hang out at the cul-de-sac with Ed, and Eddie.
Cul-de-sac, cul-de-sac. Oh, dang. There was a whole part of the neighborhood that we missed because we turned the other way. Okay,
Yeah.
Yep.
cool. I just scrolled on the map.
But I actually am going to say that this business right across over here is a bakery and butcher shop.
Oh ho! Food.
Yep.
They've got the meats.
They got the
Time-
meats.
Time to run.
And I just kind of tail behind them and like, must be quite hungry then.
Of course, we went into a bookshop before we got breakfast.
Yes, that does seem like a little bit of a silly mistake, I must add.
Yeah.
But luckily it was not too far away.
So
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
there is a human couple, husband and wife, who run this shop. The wife does the baking, the husband is the butcher, and they have a couple of small displays. One display of meats and one display of baked goods.
I guess we don't have functioning food storage at the manor, do we?
Not yet. No.
That would be the
Okay,
pantry.
cool. So we shouldn't be buying raw meat or anything. Haha.
No, but we should be getting food for now.
Yeah, food for now, but not food for later. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. How much will food cost us?
That is an excellent question.
And what kind of food's there? Because, you know, we
Bacon,
gotta
egg, and
be
cheese
picky.
with SMP, please.
Oh boy.
Glamoring like copper coins up under the counter.
Although I guess if I wanted to be properly realistic with this, all Peach needs is raw meat, really. Like a nice mix of muscle tissue, organs, maybe some skin, bones if necessary.
Um,
That's
most
Go ahead.
most of the baked goods will run around from 1 to 5 copper. Some of the meat, like a larger chunk, will be 3 silver, but they're kind of like, I think is it 10 copper to 1 silver? Can't remember my.
Yeah, it should be
Right.
10 to 1, and then same thing. It's like 10 all the way up.
Yeah. Yeah. So and
is
this
it like
is
a delineating line between baked goods and meat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so
quick
Food
question,
safety.
is it
the-
just
the-
meat, or is it like any other things like...
there's some cheese as well.
Okay.
Meat and cheese
We love
and baked
cheese.
goods.
When I approach the counter, who is is it the husband or wife there, or is it both of them together?
It looks like the husband's kind of working in the back, and the wife is managing the business out front.
So can I just want like some of the bread and some of the meat and some of the cheese. Is that a fine thing? You know, if you merge everything together, you make sandwiches.
Well, we can make a sandwich for you.
Oh yeah, no, I want that. Just immediately rummaging in pockets.
It is more
for
than
money.
the. It does cost more than the sum of its parts, though.
Okay, I'm hungry. It's breakfast, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah, she'll charge you like a silver for a sandwich.
Yeah, immediately give us not even thinking about it.
And I just kind of clamber over to the bakery and like, would you happen to have any scones or croissants by chance?
We the those are a bit more involved in the baking process than my current skill set. So, well, scones, I can get you a scone, but we don't have any croissants.
Oh, that's okay. Then I'll take a couple of croissants and
I just said we don't have any croissants.
I meant sorry.
Scones.
Brain stopped working. I would like to get a couple of scones.
I mean, it suits Cruz's character really well, though.
Full disregard for the dialogue that happened.
Stop skipping my dialogue.
So yes, I'll take 2 scones and you guys have any sharp cheddar by chance?
Yeah, and so then she'll get you 2 scones and like a small wedge of cheddar, and that'll be 7 copper.
7 copper. Okay.
Yeah. 1 copper each for the scones, and then 5 copper for the cheese.
Peach is going to ask for a scone and assorted meat bits. Yes, he is going to eat that raw.
Fucking meat bits.
So meat bits, and sorry, what was the first part?
A scone.
A scone?
Yeah, so some muscle meat, some organ meat.
Okay. That'll probably run you 1 silver and 5 copper.
I pay that happily. And then when we're outside, you see Peach just basically unhinge his jaw and eat the all the raw meat whole.
Basil's just eating very happily, not perturbed by this at all. Looks at the aviary. So is that like all you're going to eat for breakfast? He's looking at Peach and then back at the aviary's 2 scones and cheese.
And I just go ahead and is there any like area where we could be sitting outside the building or even inside the building?
There is actually like a small table that only seats about 3 people on the outside of the building.
I'm gonna go ahead and while I'm sitting there, I'm gonna go and have a pot of tea that I've been brewing in the back.
Wait,
What?
what's the tea?
How are you brewing tea?
With Basil's
Magic.
equipment, obviously.
Yes.
Reaches into my bag of holding and pulls out a teapot that I didn't know was there.
Yes, I snuck it in. You know, last I was with you. Gentlemen cannot go without tea, my good man. So I guess I'll go and turn like, would you happen to have hot water on you?
Yeah, technically. Okay, so when things go into the bag of holding, they enter like a void zone where neither heat nor energy, like kinetic mass, can exist. So, it was warm. I don't know if it's still warm. Let's try it out. I pull up a bottle of what used to be boiling hot water, and I just put it down. Good luck.
Thank you.
I guess we should roll for it.
Where are we exactly?
Oh,
You're-
hi, Drew.
Yeah, you're outside of a butcher and bakery shop.
Yes,
Oh,
we
so
all
we're
just
still
got
outside,
breakfast.
okay.
Well, some of them went in and bought food. Did you want food?
Do they have bran muffins?
Yeah, sure. Yep. They would have
Yes,
bread
I'll take-
muffins.
I'll take one of those.
Just
Raisin
one?
bran muffins.
Yeah, it's just one.
That'd just be 1 copper.
By the way, if
Oh,
any of you are
different.
having trouble with removing copper coins, you actually have to have copper coins before you can remove them. You can't just automatically deduct it on Roll20 or D&D Beyond.
I'll give him a silver.
A silver? Okay, and then she'll like give you like 2 muffins and a big chunk of cheese.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much.
And then she'll give you 2 copper and change.
There. Now I have 2 copper.
Look at that.
Uh, um, Mr. Cruz.
Yes.
Seems like you're trying to brew some tea then.
Yes.
Is,
Would you care for
have-
some?
The
Yes,
water's cold, by the way.
I very much would. Do you have a few sticks, perhaps? I could make a fire, and you could heat the tea on that. You could heat the
That
water
would
for
be
the tea.
quite helpful, yes. Of course, I don't imagine they'd appreciate a fire in the midst of their establishment.
You said we're outside, right?
Yeah, you're like, yeah, it's outside. There's a little table for patrons of the shop.
All right, I'll get I'll gather up some little sticks and put them in a little like a teepee formation, and then I'll cast firebolt on it.
I mean, it's one way of doing it.
I guess you don't have produce flame.
I mean, I literally just like, I'm about to get my flint and tinder. I was like, I mean, that works.
I mean, I guess he didn't cast Burning Hands.
There's like a little scorch mark on the table around the teepee of sticks.
Yes, there you go.
Brilliant. Okay, so I go ahead and set it up so that way the pot starts brewing. And then I go ahead and turn it. Would any of you like some tea?
Oh yes, I would love some. Thank you.
Teach
So I
would
just-
love to have some tea
Just
in
go
a
ahead.
cul-de-sac.
Just go ahead and I produce a small little pouch that has like little squares of sugar, and then I have like in like another little pouch that it's more of a smaller like glass container, just has like a creamer in it, and I go ahead and set the cups out to you guys, and just take a set of tea leaves I have, put it in with the pot while it's steeping, and then pour a glass for each of you.
Basil puts his hand over a cup. Oh no, tea's super gross.
Oh, well, that is an opinion. An
sorry,
opinion
I
that
just-
might be, in fact, very wrong, but you're entitled to one nonetheless.
Can I still use this cup? And I pull out something that looks like bright green acid.
I would prefer to keep the cup.
Yeah, no, your cup should be fine.
You just said there's something akin to acid, didn't you?
Oh no, I said I pull out a vial of what looks to be bright green acid. It looks like
Can
bright
I-
green acid.
Can I, just from looking at it, determine that it seems more acidic in nature, Shadow?
I mean, make an insight check on Basil, I guess.
Sure.
Oh boy.
We're in teacup PvP.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now.
Real content. Bam, 19.
This will 100% corrode whatever it touches. Look at that. Just a full innocent look on Basil's face. No insight check. Really, like over 10, really necessary here. This will 100% ruin this cup if it touches it.
So then I go ahead and take the cup that I had slid over to, and I just slowly pull it away.
Ah, dang. All right. Well, I'll drink it out of the vial like normal, and I pop off the cap, and I just start lightly sipping it. Ooh, it's tangy in the morning. I put it down next to the sandwich.
Why?
It's just poison. It's just very. He's got to keep up the poison immunity. This is how we do it. Basil's not sane, guys. I don't.
Well, I guess that's his way of enjoying tea. Let's enjoy our small
Oh
breakfast
no,
here. And
tea's gross.
again, I really,
poison.
really feel like you should give it another chance. I
I
can make
think
you
you
a
should
mean.
stop saying offensive things, my small friend.
No, yeah, fine. Sorry. Sorry, Mr. Krause. Sorry, Mr.
No,
Peach.
no, none taken whatsoever. It's just I feel bad for you, honestly. This is truly a wondrous creation,
I was really
and you're
hoping.
spitting in
Oh,
it.
sorry, didn't mean to
No,
interrupt.
go ahead.
I was really hoping that Hoodie, you were gonna pull out the Avatar: The Last Airbender quote where it's like, "Pati is just hot leaf juice."
I mean, I thought about it, and then I was like, that would make Basil. If saying that sentence out loud would click in Basil, I should probably try more of this. And so I was like, I have to actively steer away from this.
Well, if for ever any reason you'd like to try the trade, I'm a quite proficient in the art of making tea.
Yeah, all right, okay. It's my parents are all about tea, and it's icky, gross, smells weird.
Well,
Sipping poison while saying
we'll,
it.
we'll start with something simple another time. For now, though, enjoy your tangy beverage, as it were.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your tea as well.
Thank you. It's truly a wondrous thing every morning to have.
I
Enjoy the
pat
morning
Basil's
breeze.
shoulder proudly for his character development.
I will say this on the 19 insight, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the whole scene that you just saw, Basil is very much child. Basil is admitted to being 37, very much child energy, right? Like extreme child energy of always used to getting his way, like spoiled child energy, which is not indicative of the my parents who are going to be mad at me no matter what I do type of stuff that Basil has been like espousing so far. So,
Mhm.
uh, so there's a bit of a disconnect there between Basil's actions and what he's saying.
Okay. Again, I just wanted to have you try some tea.
Yeah, gross.
Another time.
37 is kind of like just beyond halfling coming of age. So
Yeah, and not only
Yeah.
that is the 37 is like deep into school to a point where like you should be out on your own doing your own stuff.
well, if you go by the person who seemingly invented them, Tolkien, hobbits come of age at 33.
Well, ho now. Hey, this is legally distinct hobbits.
I know
thank
this
you.
is
Yeah,
legally
yeah, yeah,
distinct.
Very much so. So, Tam, Peaches, how are you enjoying the tea and the breakfast bounty we've got before us?
It reminds me of breakfast with my father. I hope he is not panicking that I am not at home.
Don't worry, we sorted that out yesterday. I'm certain he's a very understanding man.
Yes, he was actually very happy to see you and I together. He has always worried that I am far too alone with all the featherless people around me.
Yes, well, there's not a lot of our kind here, but I'll make sure to watch your back.
And I shall watch yours most certainly.
Thank you.
Is your father a owl person as well?
Oh no, he is not. He is a half-elf, my friend.
And you see Tam kind of like doing math in his head.
Really? All right. I didn't think that's how that worked, but
Well,
all right.
we do come from eggs, Sir Tam, so it's entirely possible that the biological parents were not one and the same.
I see you were adopted.
Yes,
Oh. Well then. Your father must be a very nice man.
I think he is a very nice man, but many other people say that he is not a very nice man. This is because he does not smile very much, but it does not bother me because I cannot smile. And then Peach looks at Tam most intently.
Kind of starts rotating the head slightly.
like just to be like, see, this is my bird face, which cannot smile.
You, Mr. Peach, You are quite the odd duck.
I would say I am a very odd duck. I am a barn owl.
Yes, they aren't exactly the same aviary creature.
Yes,
Have you
it's
studied about birds recently, Sir Tam?
well, it's an expression. You know what?
Oh,
This went about as well as I thought it would go.
And I'll go back to sipping my tea.
As your eyes glance over Basil as you turn away from this conversation, Basil has gills and is webbing in his hands as he's
You
sipping his
have
vial.
gills?
Yeah. So I'm using my experimental elixir for yesterday, and I'm re-rolling my new one for today.
Are you choking because you have gills now?
No, I can breathe underwater, but I don't have to breathe underwater.
Okay, I was about to say, do we need to start performing preventative CPR on you?
do we need to
No,
start
no, I'm good.
excessively pouring water on it?
Yeah, basically.
Quick, where's the nearest pond?
My experimental elixir for today is resilience. If you drink this potion, you get +1 to your AC for 10 minutes. So that's the one that I'd made when I had awoken. I'm basically using my old one for the sake of flavor. I would just looking kind of fishy for the rest of like this outing.
Just a
Are you
little
gonna
fishy.
make gross little plapping noises as you walk around?
100% yes.
Awesome.
You'll see like the gills just kind of moving in and out. It'll be all be a little gross just to think.
Basil's like, weird, my neck itches, and just a finger goes into one of them. He's like, oh, what is this?
Oh, no.
Oh no. Oh,
I
okay,
think
just the
you are
gills.
turning into a fish.
This is normal. This has happened once before accidentally to not me.
It's
but...
happened once before.
Okay, so I normally make these once a day just to see what I could do, and I gave it to my dad because he was curious about what I was doing, and I watched him turn into like he got the gills too. He was mad. I was grounded for like a month, so happened.
So let me get this straight. You were in trouble for this, and yet you essentially made it again intentionally.
You got to keep trying. Pursuit of knowledge.
Okay, but couldn't you theoretically have like notated the things that you used in said creation and then just not use that exact same combination again?
Basil's eyes sparkle and come to light, but that's the beauty of it. Think about all the different ways that you can get to the color blue through endless possibilities of the spectrums of color. The same can be said about potions. The myriad of contrasting, just different concoctions that can get to the same place. Now you gotta throw some stuff in the pot every time and see what sticks. So, sometimes the different things end up doing the same thing. It's weird, but it's so cool. That's the best part.
So for now, it's you having gills.
Or gills. One time I grew horns for a day, and then the other time I grew a horn out of my nose, and that one was really bad because I couldn't hide it. I had to pretend to be sick, and I couldn't think of something, so I said I had really bad diarrhea all day, and a lot of people made fun of me. A smell that even Basil couldn't cover up. It was great. So, that's my life. Just goes back to eating the rest of the sandwich.
I am surprised you can stomach anything after that exclamation, but you do what you do there, my friend.
Gives a thumbs up. She's choking down the rest of the sandwich.
Well, I have to say that I agree with Mr. Basil here. You'll never learn if you don't try.
Oh, of course, naturally. But I know that this seems a little inconvenient. What if those gills required Mr. Basil here to be in water?
He very, because he's still chewing, rummages into the sack and pulls up 2 little bowls of water and then puts them back into the bag of holding.
So you're telling me this has happened so many times that you've essentially set up water ahead of time for this eventuality. Is that what I'm getting?
Shrug.
I mean, we do live in a port town, so there is water right over there.
Yes. Okay. I will stop my questioning from there. My apologies.
Is the big swallow. Yeah, if you keep pulling at the thread, you're just never going to stop pulling at it.
It seems like it's quite a tangled web in there.
I mean, would you like to try the next one? I hold up another green vial.
I
Oh.
shall pass for now, good sir,
Okay.
but thank you for the offer.
I just stick it back on the belt. All right, well, I'm gonna do some light calisthenics to get warmed up for the day.
Maybe if you try some tea with me another time, I will help out with said experiment.
Basil's gonna hop off the bench and just start doing like stretches, like the super low intensity stretches. As you guys drink tea.
Okay, so just roll him with it.
Yeah. It's you move in with a new roommate that you don't know that well, and all of their eccentricities and weirdness immediately becomes apparent. That's
I mean,
Basil
this
in a
is
nutshell.
basically university.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, this was a delightful little soiree before we headed to the signing. Is there anything that we need to know ahead of time?
Don't kill anyone
That is usually a good thing to avoid, yes.
or bribe them or burn down their house or cast spells on them. Looks at Tam.
There's no burning down of houses.
So, just like every other rule in this town, you want to make sure you're following.
Yep.
Okay. So, are we about ready, or do we need to,
I'll maybe just briefly mention what the other two things on the map are.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
can
we'll
do
say
a-
we
a-
passed them by, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep. So T3. So you notice smoke and steam billowing from the many windows around this indoor forge, where metal weapons, armor, and tools are made.
Ooh.
The forge is owned and operated by a married couple, a fire genasi named Embrick and a water genasi named Avi.
Aww.
Both are members of the most careful order of skilled smiths and metal forgers. As an armorer, Avi, he is also belongs to the splendid order of armorers, locksmiths, and finesmiths. So, yep.
I guess I'd be going in there and asking if they had a whetstone available.
Yeah, they have services available.
And I'd probably just ask to get the blade quickly sharpened before we have to go. So I'd just get my short sword just sharpened.
Okay, it'd probably cost you 2 copper.
Alright.
I'm gonna go in with them, and I want to see what they have for. I'll actually ask.
You know, I may be in the market for a weapon. I was wondering, do you sell small crossbows?
And so Embrick, who is the weaponsmith, will pipe up and he'll basically he'll say that they stock everything that is common. So like anything that you can find in the player's handbook in terms of weapons and armor, that's like the standard stuff, you'll be able to buy here.
So, perhaps not right now, but in the future, I may be in the market for a hand crossbow. How much would that cost me?
Oh boy.
I can look it up real quick if you need me to.
I just don't have it open here. Let me do books. Player's Handbook, Chapter 5, Equipment. Armor and shields, weapons. It was a crossbow. Was that
Hand
A
crossbow.
hand crossbow, yeah. They're a
Hand
little bit more
crossbow.
expensive.
hand crossbow?
Whatever.
Small,
75 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. They ain't
Brutal.
cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, well,
The g-
like I said, perhaps not today, but maybe in the future. Maybe perhaps we could barter for something that you may need. We are going to be staying in the old dilapidated tavern, behind your shop. So you may see more of us.
And
My
they both seem just like smiley and friendly, and look forward to seeing you again.
All right, thank you very much.
As we're leaving, he's just gonna point at a giant great axe. And look at Tam and go, this one's only 30 gold. So like if you were looking for just something cheaper, this one will do it.
It looks a bit unwieldy for me, but thank you for the thought, Mr. Daisy.
No problem, sir. Follow you out of the shop.
And then T2, I guess.
Yeah.
As we approach, do we hear dun 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 dun?
I just realized that actually technically Embrick and Avi's shop only does metal stuff. The crossbow is actually at T2.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
well, there we
Like
go.
a flexure and stuff like that.
Yeah, so T3 is Steam and Steel. So it's they sell metal weapons and armor. And then T2 is called the Bent Nail, and they sell wooden weapons and shields, including bows and crossbows.
Fascinating. And how
Um,
much would a light crossbow be? Because I just looked at my inventory and realized I can use a light crossbow, not a hand crossbow.
yeah, 25 gold.
Ah, yes, that seems much more reasonable. I think I'll be coming here if I'm
So, yeah,
Wow,
in the
so
brutal.
market for one.
a
That
small,
is pretty brutal.
yeah, a small wooden sign above this shop's main door, T2, is bare except for a large bent nail sticking out of it. The front room contains displays of ornate wooden furniture, as well as a selection of bows and crossbows. The
Oh,
wall,
furniture.
Yeah.
the
huge.
wall behind the counter is lined with rows of finely carved wooden canes, quarterstaves, and shields. The owner and chief artisan is Tally Solvanar, also known as Tally Fellbranch, who is a male half-elf. He's a carpenter and woodcarver. So you deal with Tally if you're looking for new furniture for your place or getting a bow or a crossbow.
I have a feeling Tally is going to be getting a lot of our money.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Maybe a tad bit.
All right. So then, at which point we can skip to the point at which you will be meeting for the signing over of the deed at the courthouse in the castle ward. So shall we do that now? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we
Okay.
got enough time for that.
All right. So your party in Volo is outside of the courthouse when. Make sure I got these details right. A tiefling woman in fancy robes comes outside and beckons you inside.
Oh.
This is Kylin Silmerhelv, and she has you follow her into a room with like bookshelves along the walls and a window looking outside and a nice ornate desk. And she gestures for Volo to put down the deed on the desk, and she asks, "So, we are here to do the witnessing and transfer of the deed of Trollskull Manor from Volothamp Gedarm to your party. Are all of the signatories present?"
Peach nods.
Looks around. Just kind of like kind of motions towards the party to lean in. Where's Eldaris? Hey, we're missing an Eldaris. Gang, do we need to? Should we? Is that no? Also, what about the aviary?
Don't worry, I'll sign for the aviary.
Okay, all right, okay. Guess we're good.
Well,
Yes, Basil. I think if a few of our names are on it, I think that will be fine.
Okay, I don't want to break any laws like killing people. Hand over the mouth.
and like Kylan heard Basil whispering that, and her eyes kind of like narrow, like start like staring daggers at you.
Immediately start apologizing. And Basil's like, "I'm sorry, I just have so much social anxiety about meeting you." A deep bow, so deep that like the bag of holding on the back like threatens to spill stuff over Basil.
Peach holds it up so it doesn't spill.
Basil stops bowing and goes, thank you, Mr. Peach." Okay, all right, yeah, I know we're all here.
Well, as long as all of the signatories are present and there are no objections, we can go forward. There will be an estate transfer tax of 25 gold pieces.
I will pay that.
Who will be? Oh, you.
Yes.
Oh, all right,
Yes.
all right. Good. Just as long as it's paid. And so then she has Volo sign, and then gestures for each of you in turn to also sign.
I'm gonna intentionally go last.
Okay.
Can I? Okay, Basil's freaking out. Does this in any way look fake? I have to ask for Basil, right?
This is a scam.
This is an anxiety attack, right? Like, can Basil make a, I don't know, even a perception check with disadvantage just to see if this even kind of looks fake? This very nice woman, this very nice place.
Any kind of check that you would make, even if you got like 20 with like a highest possible modifier, like everything seems completely real and genuine.
Amazing. So yeah, Basil is very shakily, like full nerves, sweating. You see the gills working overtime to take in all the breath that he is not breathing. As he's just Basil, how do I spell my name? Oh my god! Looks up at the very nicely dressed woman. Okay, clobber. It goes like that for like a minute, and then he's like, "Okay, I'm done." And he just jumps off the chair and just like sits in a corner.
I'm guessing Peach signs the most calmly then after that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, beautiful penmanship.
Right.
And
then Tam.
I will sign, yes.
All right. And then as it gets to me, I kind of I try to hunch over it to make it so not everyone can see the name, but I can't really do too much of that. So anyone would like to incite it, they could.
I mean, why not? A fellow bird friend. I did say I would watch your back after all.
Mm-hmm. So if you'd like to go and roll that, you can go and see.
That would be a 12.
All right. So as you see, I'm writing it out. It's not well written, but it's better than what you've seen from both Cruz and the aviary prior. And you see in the signing, Ser Cruz Swain of House Swain. And then underneath, it has with the service of the aviary underneath.
Oh. Peach thinks that sounds very fancy.
All right. And then Kylan kind of like snatches everything up and like hands the deed over to the party and says, "The transfer is complete. You are now the owners of Trollskull Manor."
I give a bow and thank her accordingly.
that, and like she had also like written in some like logs for like Waterdeep record keeping and stuff to make sure everything is above board. So she collects the 25 gold from Tam.
I go ahead and take 10 of my gold and hand it to Tam as well.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
It's
I do
only
the
right.
same.
You shouldn't pay for all of ours.
And then so then
I will give Tam 5 of mine.
We essentially pay Dan back.
Yeah.
And so then at this point, Volo will kind of like grab his hat and give a flourish and a bow, and he says, "Well, it was a pleasure doing business with you all, my friends. You know where to find me if you need any more of my services. I shall be at the Yawning Portal Tavern for at least 2 more 10 days."
Yes, and if you ever want to come back and study the spirit that is roaming around the place, please let us know before you come over, and try not to make it anytime, between, say, 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. on weekdays and weekends. But any other time is fine.
Were you by chance an advertiser in your earlier days, sir?
No, it was a lamplighter.
Ah, yes, yes. I mean, one can multitask, though.
It's true.
All right. Well, I think we'll call it there.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot.
I will say the first thing that Peach wants to do with the manor
Yep.
is to go speak with Liv
Okay.
and see what kind of chair he likes, and then get such a chair from the furniture place.
Okay.
Because he did promise,
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
and it's not good to anger ghosts, you know?
Mm-hmm. You'll have to find a way to communicate with Lif because he cannot speak,
Mhm.
which is why he was always
Well,
communicating through writing.
I will get my writing supplies, and I can write in Elvish, so it all works out just fine.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I think that was a productive session.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah.
We saw a cul-de-sac, which is great. I'm
Yeah,
happy.
yeah.
That's the big headliner.
The big headliner. Oh yeah, neighborhood with a cul-de-sac. Yes.
I got to go and surprise you guys, which felt great. It was fantastic.
I mean, Batman
Mhm.
is.
That was hilarious. That made my entire week.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Also, can we call this episode Caltrops and Cul-de-sacs?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Uh,
haven't been doing episode titles just because it got way too hard in the last campaign.
No. I understand. It's fucking impossible. We're all chaos gremlins.
Yeah.
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 Sorry.
We're all agents of chaos in our own way.
I mean,
Yes, yes.
a character has to start somewhere, and Basil's starting at basically like unsocialized, and you don't like to be around him because he's annoying. Like that's the starting point of Basil. He's very nice and means well, but he doesn't understand life.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to be that, and it feels so bad.
Everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, next time we shall do some stuff involving what you can do to start off with improving the estate, the state of the estate.
Can we give it a cul-de-sac?
Make a bunch of islands and they all make a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
I mean, if
And-
Peach's room is the room with the turret, the tower in it, that's basically a small cul-de-sac, right? Like,
Yeah, there's only one way to get in and one way to get out. It's perfect.
Yeah, and then you will also find out what comes with being the owners of such a place and now being people of some renown in the city of Waterdeep, where there might be interesting parties reaching out to you.
Oh God, door-to-door salesman.
Give him out.
All right. Yeah, I guess that's about it. We'll maybe do some of our outro stuff then. As always, thanks to everyone who stopped by and chat. Thanks to the kids are asleep for the raid. Thanks to Arvin Elleron for hosting us on his channel for our campaign. And
Thanks to the onslaught of bots tonight.
Jesus, you're
Yeah.
not kidding.
Mhm. They wanted the cul-de-sac.
That's it.
Yeah.
And caltrops.
Mhm.
Drew, do you have any thoughts about tonight's session and any closing comments, remarks, where to find you, all that kind of stuff?
No, I always like these like getting to know you kind of episodes. These are great. We like find out all little weird things about each character. That's always fun for me. Yeah, I liked it, and I think I will be perhaps employing Cruz in maybe carrying my bed from my house to this new house in the
Oh,
next
man.
episode.
All right, fair enough.
Because he's a big, strong guy, so
The funny thing is, my strength score is not that crazy, but I'll do it.
Oh, really?
I think I've got a 12 as my strength score.
Holy
that's higher than
crap.
mine.
Most of my points are in Dex and Wisdom. That's literally
Yeah, you should
it.
be asking Peach for the beef lad stuff. He's at
Yeah.
a happy 16.
Oh yeah, I'll be asking Peach then. Yeah, definitely.
I could help with my 8, right? Like
I'd
Well,
be
I
more
was-
like a toned build, so it's not like I couldn't do it. It just heavy stuff would be difficult.
Well, I was thinking I would actually ask Basil to borrow the bag of holding so I could put all my books from my house
oh yeah.
and bring them over and start stocking the library in this new house.
Well, that's how I assume Basil is actually going to help people move because he can't actually do anything, but he can walk his tiny little bag of holding everywhere.
Right.
But yes, I had a lot of fun with this episode, this session. You did say something about this being the end of the chapter.
Well, yeah.
I thought.
I mean, it was a transition. So, like, finishing with returning Floon to Volo is basically the end of chapter 1, and then chapter 2 is all about Troskull Manor and things that come from that.
So
Visiting all the shops and stuff.
So at the end of each chapter, I would assume there's a level up.
Yeah.
Normally there
so we
would
leveled
be
twice, right? Like that's the
normally there would be, but you all started at level 3.
Yep.
Okay.
That's
well,
more than fair.
What? That's fair.
Yeah.
Did that really help us at all, though?
It's
No.
after some
Oh,
things.
it definitely did. I think some of us would have been straight up dead if that wasn't the case.
After this chapter, there will be a level up. Definitely.
Gotcha. All right.
There are some things that will happen. There are some side quests that you'll get sent on.
All right. Well, that's fair. But outside of here, you can find me at Drew the Damager on Twitch, or Blue Sky, or YouTube. And I can't wait for the next second.
Same.
Mm-hmm. And Tilted?
Yes, so I had a great time. I planned this out because Yoy last week was saying, man, it'd be really cool if you just went ahead and had a mask and committed to the bit. And I'm like, I can do that. I can figure that out. So I immediately looked and like, yeah, we can do that. So I immediately go ahead and purchase it. And I've been having it here for the last 2 or 3 days. I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be great.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Finally got to do it, and it was well worth the money I paid for it. So I will commit to the bit. Don't worry, it will be more in use, but
Nice.
yeah, I mean, I had a great time. It's always fun. Like I always look forward to D&D night. It's great to hang out. It's like I've only outside of these last 6 sessions, I've only ever really had any conversations with Drew prior, but I've been having a lot more fun and hanging out with all you guys too. It's been great because I've gotten a couple more friends, had a little bit of time, and the little bit of time we spend before each of the casts just talking about our week and just hanging out. It's a real nice thing, and yeah, I had a great time. This was a fantastic session. A lot of RP. Got to meet a friendly ghost. That's always nice. And yeah, you can catch me over at twitch.tv/tilted gaming with the one instead of the I on tilted. And I actually went ahead and opened up a Twitter, but it figures both of the I's in tilted gaming were taken, so I had to switch both of those for ones. So we're just gonna have to roll with that. I'm not gonna really promote that too much though. I literally just started doing that. So
You didn't want to be Tilted Gaming too?
yeah, no. But that's pretty much it. Thank you again, Shadow, for all you did. It was a fantastic session. Appreciate it.
Well, I mean, like, the ghost was all down to how the party decided to handle it. It could
Yeah.
very well have been a combat encounter.
Oh, we could have killed Volo. Damn.
Yeah.
Blamed it on the ghost.
Dang
Yeah.
Why'd it have to be so nice?
Anyway.
Oh, you don't like your players weaponizing the campaign?
Hoodie.
It's my turn. Yeah, it was great. I enjoy taking a character. I enjoy the moment, especially of once you meet a character, what are the oddities about a character that makes them so? Because most of the time when you start adventuring, it's not like you didn't have a lot of other things going for you. That's the whole reason that we're here in these campaigns. So it's the what's that switch between the normal person that everyone interacts with and why they are this person. And for Basil, it's he is such a absolute wreck of a human being. He is uncontrollable, he is mismanaged, he has severe anxiety, and he hasn't ever had to deal with the real world because he's been sheltered. And it's like, I get to do all of that now? Being Isol was being like fun and annoying in the sense that Isol didn't understand emotions or relationships or any of that. And I got to like poke at all those beehives. This time is like I get to just fully be a like sheltered neurotic individual and like everything that entails, which is like the full opposite of what Isol was. So it's so much fun. There's so much juice in that lemon. I'm excited, and then I get to. I mean, everyone Peach. The Peach head swiveling and then body swiveling to meet the head is gonna. That's a locked in image for like a definition of how Peach is. um,
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. I mean, we got two good boys, and then I mean, we're mostly all good boys, right? Cruz is trying to not be a good boy, but Cruz is also a good boy. And then Tam is a dangerous boy, a danger boy.
Well, you don't know about Cruz that much. That's the thing. He hasn't really given you guys much to work with.
Cruz is a suave boy.
That's
yeah.
right.
Not suave, suave.
That's right.
Yeah.
A baby girl, I believe, is the canonical term. I don't know internet stuff. Anyways, I stream sometimes, occasionally, when I'm allowed to, which hasn't been recently. So when my internet provider decides to work again, it's so cool.
Well, we
So,
haven't
yeah.
seemed to have had any problems with the video call, so.
Video calls have been great. Sundays were working good. So like I don't know. It's one of those things where I couldn't get OBS to start for like 3 days in a row, and I gave up because I was so mad. You kick the can, and you're like, well, I'm done here. I'm not gonna come back. I called them, so hopefully it should be fine now. But so yeah, I'll get back to streaming on Oh My God, a Truck. Not no quarter underscore TV. That doesn't exist anymore. Don't go anywhere no quarter related. I'm not there. Don't look for it. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you. And Gubby, Yoy.
Hello, Gubby Yoy, Yoy Gubby, Yoy Gawain Lin, game and fiction writer. Tonight I was the ever good boy Peach Candleheart, and I loved this session. It was great. It was nice to have a slow session after the mathematical chaos of the last session.
Yes.
Like, okay, phew, we're out of the danger. We can take a breather, put our feet up, all of that. Peach's dad got to appear a little bit, which was quite cool.
Mm-hmm.
And just building a little bit off what Hoodie said of, looking at who your character is versus who they were before and whether they're two different people. I think weirdly enough, Peach's dad is the person who plays the other half of Peach's life, because Peach is just all one thing. He's very one note in that way because his father was so supportive. He can kind of afford to just be like a very one note personality sort of a good boy. So yeah, it'll be interesting playing with the presence of his not present father looming large over, what he does with his life and stuff like that. So yeah, things to think about.
But yeah, it's
uh,
super interesting to think of a person getting dyed by the people around them in the watercolor sense of it all. Of like you've only had your father coloring you, and now we all get to color you in our horrible colors, just a little bit.
yeah, it's pretty interesting because like a lot of people, when they go out into the world and, they're either children or adolescents or young adults and they're like eager for those experiences. They want to find like, oh, all these different things that I can imbibe, yum, 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 make into my own, become my own personality. But Peach is just like at his core so happy with his father and who he is and what he does and how much he loves his father that he almost is not necessarily resistant to changing his personality, but just so Tom da la di da di da that he doesn't really think about changing all that much, which next to Basil is absolutely fascinating as a contrast.
Yeah. Well, that's the more stoic, well, not even stoic, the more just content Peach has been, the more I've been more comfortable with because originally Basil was just like another good boy, and then I was like, no, this is the chance for Basil to show the other side of that coin of like the parents weren't good influences in any capacity. They've done nothing but kind of harangue a child, and so it's like, what is the contrast? You get Peach, this very put together person, and Basil who's falling apart. It's fun.
And then you have Tam the old man who is rediscovering his youthful machismo in his old age.
That's right.
Yeah, but to wrap up, you can find me where the skies are blue at the Magpie Bridge. I guess you can still find me where I don't really exist anymore on the Twitter at This Is My Design. I don't really exist on Twitch because my computer cannot handle streaming in any capacity. But yeah, you can find me there existing
Mm-hmm.
like a threat. Yeah, but that's me.
Huh?
I like cul-de-sacs.
Yes.
Today,
I also feel your pain with having a computer that is run mostly by a hamster on a wheel.
Mm.
So
all right. Well, thank you. And thanks Tilted for putting in the command for the Shadow Crew in the chat.
No
with
problem.
links to all of our stuff.
Want me to do all
And-
the other links while I'm at it?
Well, I'll get there in a moment.
I'll be quiet.
No, I just wanted to reiterate that I, of course, am Shadowed Mage. And I really enjoyed this session. I was quite happy to portray the audacious Volo and the shy spirit of Lif. Yeah. um, and yeah.
also, I
it
said
was a
it
good
at the
session.
beginning of the show, and I just like to reiterate, we're held together with gum and duct tape, and
I thought it was glue.
the four of us are actively trying to tear it apart, and Shadow does a fantastic job of holding it together.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I also stream occasionally, usually Friday and or Saturday nights. Lately, I've been getting back into Baldur's Gate 3, but I'll probably also be going back to Final Fantasy 7 soon, hopefully. But yeah, otherwise, command stuff. You
got
can, of course, since we're on Arvin Elrond's channel, you can do !Arv things to find all the Arv stuff. Or there's the commands for his book series, Grey Shade. Of course, !BLM for Black Lives Matter, and !Help Now for mental health assistance and suicide prevention, and of course, Ukraine for the
He has
unjust
a great
war.
way of saying it.
Yes, he has a very elegant way that I cannot remember the exact wording of at this moment. But with that, we come to the end of episode 6. And I think we should likely be back in 2 weeks for episode 7. So please come by then. Also, if you happen to be watching this or listening to this on YouTube, thank you for doing that as well. All right. Have a good night.
Good night.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.